I've seen.
And here we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Tales from the Forgotten Troop. We're here with episode 2 of the Clockwork Chronicles, which I think we're all very excited for. After today, there's only 6 more to go. Like, what's going to happen? I don't know.
Chaos.
Wait, we're not sponsored by Wendy's. I gotta turn this around. Yeah.
It's fine. It's fine. Maybe it'll
No free
land
product
us.
placement.
I was going to say, maybe it'll land us the sponsorship.
Says the man with, like, what, 20-odd Pokemon plushies in his background.
Those are
Also
fine.
see a Shy Guy and...
Oh, shit. Nintendo's going to shut us down.
Here comes Nintendo.
Got Godzilla on my hoodie.
But if all of you are enjoying the show, there are many ways you can help support what we do and show us some love. We have a Beacons page with a bunch of affiliate links, so you can buy stuff and give us some money. You can donate to our coffee. You can buy some of our merch. There's just so many ways. So many ways to show us some love.
So many.
It also has links to all of our social media, so you can keep up with updates about the show, or join the Discord where all of the fun things happen. All of the fun things that don't happen live happen. So come to the Discord to be part of fun. Chaos. And it's great. We are also raising money for the Trevor Project, and you can use this handy dandy link to check out our donation page. We have plenty of incentives on there, so if you want to cause some chaos and affect the game and either help these poor kids or help me in tormenting them, you have both options. Like,
there's only one right option though, so choose wisely.
the only right option is to use the GM power to speak through me and really cause some havoc. So you know what to do. But feel free to check those out. If you lose the donation link, there is a handy dandy QR code up in that corner, or you can go to our About section, which also has a direct donation link too. So that is all the announcements I have. Let's go around, have everyone introduce themselves and who they're playing, and then we can jump in. So we will go the opposite way we went last week and start with Kyle.
Hi, it's me, Kyle, Technomancer. Or YF Techno, depending on where you see me or whatever. But yeah, Technomancer Kyle. I'm playing Flynn, they, them, computer geek. They're awesome. That's all.
They are awesome. And you know who else has an awesome mom? Darren.
Oh, hi. I do have an awesome mom, but also my character, Parker, has an awesome mom as well. So I'm Darren. Parker Svensson is my character, resident cinnamon roll, and bestest boy.
And we do have another bestest boy on the team. A recent... I don't know if expat is the right word, but immigrant from Russia.
My name is Colin Valentine, and I play our sweet little Russian anti-hero Dominic.
Definitely a Russian spy.
I'm excited to see how that anti-hero bit comes into play.
He's the Eddie Munson character.
Yep.
That goes over my head.
All comparisons to draw.
I don't have a good segue here. Crow.
I have sticks now.
Eddie Munson. You know who else loves rock music?
Hello, everyone. I am Mr. Crow, alternatively just Crow, and I'll be playing Janet, she, her, the rocker, now with props.
For a hot sec there, I thought you were going to say Joe attacked me, and I was like, wrong game. That's not what we're doing here. But someone who always shows up to the right games, Tess.
Hi, I'm Tess. I'm playing Elizabeth Vine, she, her. She's the popular girl and vastly enjoys her power within the school and her little spider web of control.
Juicy web. Eating on all the little helpless, not as popular or rich or pretty people. So, with that, do I need an introduction? Probably not, but I'm your best friend, your GM, and overall tormentor and evil mastermind, Charlie. So
We love and support you.
I don't.
I'm scared of you. It's fine.
you should be.
That's how you're supposed to play these games, right? It's GM versus player, and
Absolutely,
we're like competing.
yeah.
All right, got it.
And the
Totally.
drama's supposed to
Got it.
get so intense that we start harboring resentment in real life, and then we just like
Mhm.
our
Exactly.
little group just totally implodes. That's exactly
Yeah,
I'm
how
just
like
this
gonna
is.
start
really harsh on
sending
the
you-
NPCs just to take it out on you.
We have
Start
to
sending
get so,
cryptic messages.
yeah, we have to get so bad that we can tell a story on like a bad role playing subreddit and
Yes.
become really popular through that.
Look, if we would just want a bad role playing a subreddit, we should just make a tipped subreddit. That's all we need.
Oof.
But previously on Clockwork, our group of friends had some interesting events break up their mundane lives. While they were on their way out from school, they overheard a fight between Alice and Linda, where Alice was accusing Linda of snitching on her for cheating on a test. Linda adamantly denied the accusations, but it seemed like the betrayal was enough to end their friendship of 11 years. This led to some suspicions on the part of the kids that maybe their clockwork pets were behind it. Janet also overheard another conversation that supported that theory. And finally, when Flynn was frustrated enough thinking about what the clockworks might be hiding, they took theirs apart and did find that it was concealing a recorder. And at least for the moment, kept whatever they were saying from being transmitted to the other end of that receiver. So I think I'll get some slightly more appropriate going.
Yeah, just keep some upbeat stuff. Nice, easy session.
Yeah,
We're just relaxing,
totally
vibing.
relaxed.
It's not like
Yeah.
we're tracking
Elevator
down
music.
people or anything this entire session.
What the best
La,
thing
la,
could go
la,
wrong
la.
ever? It's totally fine.
Yeah. It's not like
Ingrid
Parker
song
has
kicks in.
to highly question a teacher to get information or
no.
anything.
One of those.
But before we get to all of that, I will open it up to all of you. If any of you have a scene that you would like to play out the evening after you had some of these revelations, or maybe even the next morning. So this would especially be a good opportunity for Dominic, since you have a condition, if you want to have a scene with your anchor and potentially heal that condition. This is for that, but
My anchor is going to work.
I mean, we could have
Hey, you
something.
could always go to the diner.
We could have something before then, or you could sneak out to the diner.
That yeah, no, that actually doesn't. I guess yeah. Okay, you know what? After everyone like says like bye to Parker and okay, we're going home. Dominic does not go home. He instead, as he usually does, goes to the diner to attempt to get coffee.
All right, you can get to the diner, and it's at this point still a little busy. The evening crowds haven't totally cleared out yet, so you're kind of like at the tail end of the dinner rush. Jennifer is going around and taking orders and cleaning up plates, but I imagine you kind of like go through the door and awkwardly stand there for a little bit, just. Or
I
do you
think
have somewhere you
is
wanna
is
go?
it okay? Is it like a wait to be seated diner, or do you just like sit and they come to you?
Both. If it's super busy, it'll be a wait to be seated type deal.
Okay.
But if there's,
Because if he can,
it's
Dominic
off-peak times,
would try to like slide into like the back corner booth and sit like by the window.
I'll say since we're coming off the dinner rush, there's probably, no one's sitting at that back booth, but probably the dishes and stuff haven't been totally cleared off from the last people who were there. But
That is fine.
yeah, I imagine he doesn't care. So you can sit back there, and it's you do see Jennifer catch sight of you, and she smiles a little bit and nods in your direction to know that she sees that you're there, but has to take care of a few other things. But pretty soon she comes over and she will pick up all the plates and everything that were covering the table to get them out of your way, and takes out a washcloth and quickly cleans off the table. And can I get for you, Dominic?
Black coffee, he says hopefully.
Yeah, I think she just gives that, understanding smile she always does. Says, coming right up like she always does. And then she will go to put the dishes in, back in the kitchen to get cleaned. Left alone for a little bit, the muted sounds of chatter around you from their patrons, but she does eventually come back holding a coffee cup. But when she sets it in front of you, it is definitely hot chocolate. And she will look over her shoulder and see that everyone is most okay for the moment. Will slide into the booth across from you.
He doesn't want to talk first.
She doesn't push. She'll probably sit there a little bit and just see if you take a sip of your drink or just kind of soak.
Oh, he does. He knows that every night he comes in here, you'll ask for coffee. She will say yes and then bring him hot chocolate. She has never once brought him coffee at this time of night.
I think after a bit she'll say, "Your head's feeling okay?"
It's a little tender, but it's not bleeding. It'll be fine in the morning.
Get you an ice pack? That would help.
Nah, so it's swelling has gone down. It's fine. I'm fine.
Okay. If you're ever not fine, you can come to me, okay?
I know. Thank you. Parker's really lucky that he has a mom to talk to here in town. My mom didn't come with us.
Must be really...
Apparently, it's supposed to get easier every day. It does not.
There's really a way you could put a time estimate on how long it'll take to heal.
Well,
For everyone.
Dad looks like he's fine with Mom not being here in town with us. Then the guidance counselors make it sound like I should be fine with it too.
Is he actually fine, or is he just...
How would I know? He doesn't talk to me.
Sounds like it must be pretty lonely.
Well, that's why I come to the diner every night. When everyone leaves the garage and says, "Oh, I'm going home," I come here because at least here it's not so quiet the whole time.
So you're just here for the little bit of extra noise? Playful smirk on her face.
Oh, well, and this place is fantastic coffee. Tastes just like chocolate.
Nowhere else can compare. Made it special.
I know. Thank you. It's not fair. It's not fair that Mom didn't come. That she can't come with us. And then I go to school, and because she's not here, everyone makes fun of her. They've never met her, and yet they say things about her that aren't true. I can take it when they say my dad's a drunk, because he is. I see it. I can take it when they say I'm a freak, because I am. But when they say things about her, they don't know her.
It's a shame they'll never know.
Well, she could always come back from Russia.
Shame they won't know till she comes.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Well, I should probably go home. Mom wouldn't like it if I was walking home too late. Thank you for the coffee, Jennifer.
Do you want one for the road? Getting chilly out now.
That would be nice. Thank you.
She'll get up and go prepare a hot chocolate in a little styrofoam cup. Bring it back for you.
Do you have any whipped cream to put on it?
Whipped cream on chocolate as this very inappropriate music plays. Whipped cream on coffee. Not the strangest thing I've heard. She'll go get a little thing of whipped cream that's usually reserved for the Sundays that they put together, and we'll come back and give you a nice tall tower of whipped cream.
Dominic then kind of clamps the lid over it, letting it melt into the coffee. And then he heads out.
If you permit her, she will nicely comforting tap on the shoulder. Little squeeze.
Yeah, he doesn't really react to it. He just sort of lets it happen. And then says thanks again and heads out.
You're welcome.
Into the dark.
Probably starting to drizzle. It's a rainy day for me today. So. All of you get to experience that too.
Yeah.
Thematic.
Because you spent a scene with your anchor without putting yourself in trouble. You can clear your condition.
Yay. Do you want me to do Dominic getting home, or?
If you'd like to.
Yeah. So how long would it take him to get home from the diner walking? Just like at a not slow but not like urgent pace, just kind of walking.
Maybe 30 or 45 minutes. You live on the opposite side of town as the diner's on.
Okay.
And even though like North Pass isn't huge, if you're not moving at any sort of like quick pace.
Yeah, he's not biking or anything. He's walking. So, by estimate, what time is it when he gets back?
We can say 8 or 8:30 p.m.
All right. He gets home. It is still dark in the house because his dad is not back yet. And so he unlocks the door, goes in, and just sort of sits on the couch and leafs through some books that they brought with them before, and then after about an hour or so, he sort of just resigns himself and goes upstairs and lays in his bed until he falls asleep.
What does the house, the inside of the house, look like?
Pretty terrible. Not like actively destroyed, but just like passively uncared for. There's like a pile of dishes in the sink. There's papers and mess everywhere. The fridge is pretty empty. Right, there's just not much of anything. His bed is a small, like, twin bed, metal frame, and then he's got like a blanket, pillow, and then a little stuffed wolf that he just kind of curls up with and lays there until he eventually falls asleep.
Imagine too, there aren't many, if any, decorations, like no pictures or anything.
No pictures of anything. He does have, like, in his room, basically it's the bed. He has a small bedside table with a little lamp on it, closet, and then like he basically just like throws his shoes in the corner, and that's about it.
Okay. Dominic off to sleep. Does anyone else have a scene? I do have some in mind, so if nothing comes to mind, I have a scene.
That made you all good and sad.
Yeah, exactly. Now that we've set the mood.
Yeah.
Now that I've broken all of you with this sad backstory.
Let's see how darker we can get. Let's go. What's next? No, it doesn't have to be sad.
I do think that as we like wrap up the group hangout and everyone's like kind of heading out for the night, I think Parker would offer to walk Elizabeth home, which they never really do anymore. But the excuse is, hey, we can bounce off ideas of how we're gonna tackle talking to or getting information out of the different people that we're gonna go to talk to.
I think Liz will agree, but first she'll have to go and change her clothes, because her family never sees like these sweats and like sweatshirt and everything.
Right, put it back in the stash.
Yeah, put it back in the stash, neatly folded. Like, it's well cared for. Like, you can tell she cares about these clothes more than she cares about her own clothes, like her approved clothes. And she runs the like, do I look okay by everyone who is still in the garage at the time before walking back.
I feel like as you ask Liz that, we get this shot of like Janet walking up to the two of you and like opening your mouth, and then you start talking to Liz and she just kind of goes, just walks away because she was about to do exactly that.
Oops.
Oh no.
Oh no. Sorry, Janet.
It's okay.
You can have the next one.
See, this is when you got to make the excuse to go with Elizabeth to track down this Stephanie person.
Yeah, so, exactly. Honestly, that's what you guys should be
arguably,
See,
discussing.
that's what Dominic was gonna do.
Yeah.
Oh no.
With the justification that if they don't get information, he can scare them.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone.
We keep Dominic just like in the background, like staring them down as the conversation is happening.
Dominic is Liz's scary dog privilege.
Everyone just like assumes he's like gonna hurt them or like something. He won't. He doesn't, but they just think he will, and that usually works.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, out of the two of them, Liz is more likely to hurt someone than Dominic.
Yeah. Seems accurate.
Just utterly destroy their life. It's fine.
But yeah, the two of you can have your scene.
But yeah,
Yeah.
I guess after you finish that, I'm waiting by the door. Got my light rain jacket on for the drizzle. And it's one of those like bright yellow ones.
That is exactly what I
from
was
the
picturing.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then we just kind of make our day.
Does Liz take a small perverse like enjoyment out of ruining her really nice shoes in the mud as they're walking back? Yes, she does.
You have to like stop herself from jumping in puddles and
Yes, she really
picking up
does.
like water and everything.
And Parker can definitely tell that she is holding back.
But yeah, as we start walking, Parker's just gonna be like, yeah, so I don't really have anything for you, but I was hoping you could give me some advice because I have no idea what I'm doing with any of this. You're the smart one with this whole talking to people thing.
I would say use your advantages. The teachers trust you. They are more likely to look past a few unusual lines of questioning in favor of what essentially is one of their favorite students. You have a well-studied and studious reputation as someone who won't cause trouble. Don't give them a reason to believe you are.
Fair enough. I honestly do not want to cause trouble, but I will now double down on my effort to not seem like I'm causing trouble. Yeah.
People are more likely to disclose information to those they trust.
Good. Yeah. Well, I think I can do that. It's not too bad. Just a conversation, right? Just chatting.
Yeah.
Just chatting, and then I'll just pop the question in the middle somewhere.
Yeah.
Hey, where did you get this information? But in a more casual way. I'll do it on the day. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Subtle.
Right? Subtle. Yeah.
It's all about timing. Lowering their walls before you ask such a question.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it's not the question that they remember from the conversation.
Perfect.
Have them focus on something else.
Cool. Yeah. I think Parker will ask some follow-up questions, none of which Darren has in his head, but
Yeah.
Parker will and just kind of get some advice, hopefully helpful tips and tricks.
I'm sort of imagining Parker being like, can we like role play a scenario?
Yeah, there's definitely role play that happens on
100%, 100%.
And Liz giving advice on how to butter up people to be more receptive to your questioning and your communication.
Yeah, because basically I have to manipulate someone.
Yeah.
And that's not what I do. That's what Liz does.
That is definitely what Liz does.
Yeah. Perfect. And then one more thing that he brings up as we kind of get closer to the house, I think Parker's just gonna say, I miss this. Just hanging out. Why don't we do it that much anymore?
I miss it. Unfortunately, obstacles came up in the form of my my parents' control and their designs for who Elizabeth Vine should be and is. And they pushed in a direction that wasn't exactly what I wanted.
Well, why don't you just not do that?
It was easier when my brother was here to divert some of their attentions, and when I was younger and they felt they, for whatever reason, put less pressure. think it's difficult to stand up to them.
Yeah,
No.
I can get that.
I think reconnecting with you, with the rest of the group, making those connections, it's reminded me that there is something outside of that lonely house on the hill.
Well, I'm glad we can provide that for you, even if it's in if we're a bit of a secret. I'm glad that we can help you out with that. But hey, listen, I don't want to make this weird or anything. You've got your own stuff you're working on, and I'm sorry if I'm dragging up anything. But yeah, I mean, let's just hang out together sometime. You want to go see a movie or something? Not like that, just like as friends, We'll just go hang out.
Sure.
All
We
right.
can hang out. Yeah.
Yes.
Promise I won't drag you into any harebrained schemes that may or may not involve avoiding libraries.
I don't mind. I mean, I mind a little bit, but with you, you can get me to do whatever you want.
I think that's not ominous at all.
No.
That's something we'll regret
Like selling
later.
your soul to the Fae right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think Liz will smile and give Parker a hug and say, for the record, I am very happy that we reconnected. I miss this.
Yeah, me too. And then I look over at the house that we're right next to, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is where we part ways before we get too close to the house.
Yeah.
I'm just like, cool. Well, have a good night. Sleep well. See you in the morning. Maybe.
Yes. See you on the bus tomorrow morning.
Yes. I'll see you there. All right.
Try not to get into too much trouble tonight.
I will be up all night, planning out every possible part of the conversation that I might have. Any questions that might come up, I'm going to plan it out, all of it. It's just an inevitability, and it will happen. So
try and get a little sleep. I promise it will aid you in your interviewing process. It'll help you keep things straight.
You're right. I'll just do it last minute on the bus. I don't normally do homework that way, but that's what I got. Yeah, and then I think Parker just nods and turns around and starts walking away. When he thinks that he's out of eyesight, you just see him like do a little skip and then keep walking back to his house.
I think Liz pauses and makes sure Parker does start going safely back to his house, just because there's still that, he is her friend and she wants to make sure he's okay before she really doesn't want to go home. And I think she walks up, buzzes through the gate, and I assume there's some kind of buzzer or something.
Yeah.
And walks up to the house and just kind of tries to quietly go in without too much hassle.
I will say, do you get through the gate and are approaching the house? You see a familiar car parked in the drive. That belongs to your brother Paul.
Oh, Paul's home.
Oh.
I think she'll definitely wait around if she thinks she'll check and see where Paul's at.
It's not too hard to find him. He is doing what your parents hate and just laying on the couch with his legs kicked up over the armrest.
Yep. I feel like Liz kicks off her shoes. Knows there's mud there. Knows the butler's gonna probably have to deal with it at some point, but immediately goes and sits in one of the other like pieces of furniture, probably like maybe a large armchair or something, and similarly like lounging with her feet kicked up, kind of just because, I mean, her brother's there, and she's and says, "I didn't expect you back."
He turns his head and kind of looks upside down at you and grins and says, "Thought it'd be a surprise. It's fall break, so I've got free time."
That's awesome. It's nice having you back. It's
That's
makes
a
this
bold
place feel
statement.
a little more homey,
Only known I've been back for like 2 minutes.
and it's already more relaxing than it ever is with you and gone.
We're out kind of late for a school night. It's popular.
It's out with friends. Parker. And a couple new busmates.
I still hang out with Parker.
I didn't until this year. They came up to the high school and we reconnected.
Good.
It's nice to have them back. And nice to see that side of myself again.
He gives you a bit of a knowing look. Says, "Don't lose it."
I'll do my best not to.
Don't lose it.
I won't.
I think either like chat and catch up and hang out,
Yeah,
or Parker would probably happily, or not Parker, Paul would probably happily, you know, talk all night to catch up, but probably around like 9-10 p.m. he's like, "You got school in the morning, come on, off to bed."
He fully does like a brief homework checkup. What did you actually get done? How are you doing in school?
Yes.
May help her get through the bare minimum.
I was gonna say, have the two of you like talked about the future of like what, like your future, like plans after high school?
She's aware that she doesn't necessarily want to go to school, but she does want to get out and see what else there is. And I think he's aware of that.
Yeah, I think
He might
definitely
be pushing her to do better in school so she can go to college.
Yeah, I think he'd definitely be like, "Gotta keep those grades up, come on." Whether or not like, not necessarily just for college, but also like we want to look good on your job applications and stuff.
Yeah.
That's how that will wrap up. Anyone else have a scene?
Sorry, Janet.
It's okay. I don't have a specific one aside from Janet getting ready to leave. I feel like she's not the person to prepare a raincoat or even like an umbrella or anything. She is, however, the person to give Davy her jacket so that he can keep dry.
Okay.
And I feel like there's this shot as she's like making sure that he's got everything and is ready to go, and Parker and Liz are just walking off in the distance, and she just kind of looks after him and is just like, all right.
He's
Let's get
probably
you
like,
home.
"So when you gonna tell her?"
Fine,
Man,
Once
you
the
made her like
mixtape's ready.
5 mixtapes.
Yeah, and they were 5 duds. Needs to be perfect. You know,
Perfection
Both
is
of
a
them.
concept humans aren't meant to achieve.
I love him.
Tell that to Joan Jett. All right, come on. It's past bedtime for you.
Yeah. I kind of imagine the two of you running out, just into the rain, like laughing and cheering, and I don't know, maybe like Janet jumping up into and splashing down into puddles a couple of times, and just the two of them like weaving back and forth across the street.
Yep.
And you get to your house and can run up the steps and get inside. Davy's still laughing, and as you open the door, it's nice and warm coming in from the cool rain and the chill fall weather. You probably smell the remnants of dinner since it's kind of late at this point, and do hear the TV on. Maybe the news is playing.
Okay.
And Davy's still laughing a little bit and shaking off the rainwater and giving you your coat back and taking off his shoes when you hear your mom's voice from the kitchen say, "Janet?"
Just kind of exchange a look with Davy, like, here we go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just whispers,
Mom.
"I'm just gonna go upstairs," and he'll like slink off around the corner and up the stairs. She says, "Come into the kitchen, please."
I feel like with almost practiced movements at this point, Janet sort of like swings around the wall, sort of like drumsticks over the shoulder, like, yep.
How many times have I told you not to leave the radio on when you leave in the morning?
I don't know. Not enough to make me stop.
If you don't start turning it off, I'm gonna take away your tapes for a week.
We'll see if you remember to do that. Side note, and Janet like throws the box of Fruit Loops onto the counter. You forgot a cereal again.
Go to your room.
Mm-hmm. She just like stomps a little too heavily off to the room. Door closes. I almost feel like it's that meme where like the door closes and the music just starts blasting.
Okay.
But inside the room, the mask falls a bit. And it just like sits on her bed, just like staring at the floor. She kneels down, pulls out a little box that's full of like 7 or 8 different mixtapes with little hearts drawn on them. Oh. No. Mm. She like flops into bed, reads a magazine, eventually falls asleep with it just like on her face. Probably leaves her music on, but the tape runs out at some point and just switches itself off.
Lynn, do you have a scene in?
Yeah. I think, well, the first thing Flynn would do after everyone like leaves would be to go home to drop off their bag and to kind of see what's brewing on there.
There's definitely There is not an outright argument happening when you get home, but there's definitely tension in the air, which happens more often than not, but is never
Mhm.
a good feeling.
So yeah, with that in mind, Flynn is going to try to be as sneaky as possible, not to make any noise or whatever, to not pull the plug of this tension to be the reason that the fight starts. So,
Go ahead and roll a sneak for me.
oh boy, that's a body.
Yep.
So I got 2 dice. Here we go.
All you need are 6s.
Oh boy,
Just 1 6. You just need 1 6.
you got this.
I got 2 6s.
Ooh. You get to buy a bonus effect.
Yeah, what
I
is
do.
the bonus effect on the sneak?
Well, the first one is give a success to another kid. There's no one here right now, so that's
Right, right. Obviously, my success goes to the future non.
So the other one is you find something unexpected or more of what you were looking for.
Well, I wasn't really looking for anything except for not causing drama. But so I guess maybe whatever is kind of starting the tension tonight. Maybe Flynn runs into something that like would have started something and is able to like push it away and hide it so it doesn't start anything.
Okay. I like maybe because it's raining, maybe your dad like left his muddy boots on the carpet and you're just like, that's gonna set
Right.
mom off. So you just like carefully take him and put him in like on the
Yeah,
hall
yeah,
rug.
yeah. Right, move it on the rug. You wipe that mud that's already on the carpet off as best as Flynn can.
Yeah.
And just kind of, okay, and then keep going. Goes up to their room, and you say that it is raining. I know that.
It's
So I
more
guess
of a
what Flynn-
drizzle. It's not like a downpour or
Sure.
anything. So if you have a raincoat on, you're probably fine.
With that in mind, I do think Flynn is going to put on a raincoat and head outside to go to the scrapyard.
Okay.
Not wanting to actually stay here in case something starts, so
Yeah.
they just kind of want to sneak out and go to the back and
Slip through the fence.
slip through the fence and go over there after dropping off their stuff and maybe making a makeshift fake body inside the bed.
Just all the pillows and like some
Mhm.
wrapped up jackets. Like no one will ever know the difference.
Right. Obviously, stuffing some socks to make it look like feet, so having them poked out of the under the covers. But then yeah, Flynn will put on the raincoat and head over to the scrapyard.
You can slip through the fence without a problem.
So Flynn has a goal of looking, and I mean it is a light drizzle, so anything outside probably isn't going to be super effective. But because of the situation, Flynn's mind is thinking radios and sending data, right? So they're thinking of just looking for any sort of tech like that to just kind of start studying it itself.
Hey. Double check. I think I might be able to do an investigate here.
Okay, so that is, I would say investigate makes sense to me as well, because I'm not taking apart anything in particular.
You're not really doing any mechanical stuff.
Right. I don't have a target yet. This is to find a target.
Yeah. Yeah, so investigate sounds good.
Okay. So I'm rolling 4 on this. And I got absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Nice.
What is the failure thing actually? Like isn't there like a critical failure thing?
No,
This-
basically if you fail a roll, I can
Mhm.
either like impose a condition or introduce a complication or consequence.
Okay. I thought I remember seeing something, but maybe I'm just mixing systems around because that happens all the time.
There's a stronger failure mechanic when it comes to being involved with extended trouble. Because
Okay,
that's
maybe
when-
that's what I'm remembering.
Yeah, that's when you need a certain number of successes to achieve your goal, and if you don't, then like the worst outcome from that situation happens.
Okay. So yeah, I didn't get anything. Any successes.
See. I'm going to impose a condition because you're out here
Okay.
in the rain, probably also not wanting to go back to the house, spending a lot of time searching for these objects. So go ahead and mark exhausted.
Okay. Where did I put my pencil?
You're going to catch your death of cold.
I mean, probably.
October and it's raining and we're in Wisconsin.
Right. So, with that in mind, it kind of goes with my headspace of I think Flynn was going to stay out there at like really late until Flynn would know
They
that
know
everyone
their
is
parents
asleep.
are in bed,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
And maybe that's part of the problem is that they was staying out there and keep looking at. Maybe they could see the bedroom light. Just it's on, and it's just waiting.
Yeah.
Until it's off.
It's just this like horrible beacon in the darkness that you're like, please just go out, just turn off so I can get out of the rain and the cold and sleep.
Right. And as it gets darker, it gets harder to look around anyways. And but yeah. I mean, for the most part, that's all that Flynn would be trying to do tonight. Eventually sneaking back in.
And pull off your wet clothes and put on your pajamas and collapse into bed.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, have several objectives to try and get more information. Who is doing what? We have
Is it the
something
next day?
Yes.
Got it.
We got something that could happen at school, something that could happen after school. Who's... Are you
Well,
going
my
to meet
thing's
in
happening
secret
at
at
school.
school and game plan?
I think Liz is going to try and dig around to see and like if anyone's like has ties to this Savannah. What's her name?
Stephanie.
Or Stephanie, sorry.
Okay.
And see if she can utilize the rumor mill to point her in a direction.
Okay.
Note that is not essential, but might be helpful for certain characters to know. Dominic is wearing the same clothes as he was wearing yesterday.
Does
Noted.
I was gonna say, does who in the group would notice that?
Liz would know this.
Liz would know it, know
Liz and
it,
Parker?
and be taking notes, add it to the chart
Yes.
of
Like they're visibly like
relationships.
rumpled, damp, whatever. Like they're very clearly what he was wearing yesterday.
Got it.
Like he
Janet
went
does
home,
not-
went to sleep in the clothes, woke up, put his jacket back on, and left.
Yeah.
Like that's the progression of Dominic's outfit. He took his jacket and shoes off, and then went to sleep, and then put them back on.
I think Flynn would have noticed if Flynn wasn't exhausted. Yeah, and I actually think that people would be noticing Flynn is like actually sleeping during class and stuff.
Maybe Flynn falls asleep on the bus ride too.
Right, yeah.
Parker's in the middle of telling him about the new chapter he just read, and then Flynn just falls asleep.
Of the book that Flynn
Parker does
got.
not notice.
No, it's of the book that Flynn got for Parker.
Yes, yeah.
Or you think got it to be Margaret?
I feel like there is just a moment where Parker, like, after Flynn falls asleep, just looks up and there's both him and Liz have clocked Dominic having concerningly not changed clothes and Flynn having concerningly fallen asleep on the bus. And there's a brief flash of what the fuck is going on here.
Yep.
Sad little depression in this group.
Yeah, there's a lot of rush.
Yes.
And then there's Parker.
Janet not only would not notice,
Oh.
she probably has worn the same thing 2 days in a row and not even realized it.
Is that? I
Right,
feel
so
like
like
that's
you,
something
you,
that
you
happens
might
with
Janet might
before.
notice but wouldn't think it's weird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just grunge. Yeah.
Yeah, whereas this is not grunge, this is just sad.
Sad child.
I have a question, and this is particularly for Darren, because I think, or Charlie, I guess either of you can decide. Would Jennifer talk to Parker of like that Dominic came to the diner? Like, does Parker know that that's something Dominic does regularly?
I would leave that up to Charlie. I don't think she would, or at the very least, it would be like a, "Hey, Dominic came by last night," sort of
Right.
thing, without going into detail. That can be up to you, Charlie.
I don't think she would tell Parker about what Dominic is doing. If she was concerned, she might like ask Parker, like, how's Dominic doing? He seemed like under the guise
That's
of
it,
him
yeah.
being in the garage, being like,
Got
he
it.
seemed kind of like tired or withdrawn or whatever, but she knows that him going there and talking to her is a form of trust, and she's not going to break that.
Okay, good, cool.
Yeah, she
Just wanted to question that.
Yeah, I think she would only come like mention anything to Parker. Yeah, like you were saying, if anything, if there was anything truly troubling where she wants to get more information about it, but
Yeah.
she's not gonna tell
Or-
Parker about it.
Or if she thinks Dominic needs support from Parker
From a friend
or his
rather
other
than-
friends rather than what
Yeah.
she can do.
So that she wouldn't have said anything from the
Okay,
conversation
cool.
last night.
Right.
Cool. Yeah. Liz, you were mentioning something. Was there anything that you were finishing up before I launched into my thing?
Just mainly
Looking
connect.
to find Stephanie.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Liz. Go ahead and roll contact for me.
Yes. I need 6s.
Yes. You're
How
looking
many
at
Three
do you get to
6s.
roll?
Okay.
Damn.
8.
All right.
You get
Yes.
to
Eight
buy.
6s and 4 5s for the record.
That's amazing.
What?
God.
Wow.
S tier roll.
Well,
I think that's a Yahtzee.
You get to buy 2 bonus effects.
Pasco, collect
gosh, I didn't
$200.
Next 4.
What-
Where
what was
is
she rolling?
Stephanie.
What was she rolling for?
contact?
Contact.
Contact. Got it.
Yeah.
Give me a sec to find contact. Oh, that's attributes, not skills. Okay. Contact, bonus specs. I'm gonna take. I don't have to roll to get a hold of Stephanie again,
Okay.
and
The contact knows something important is probably a
Yes,
good one to grab.
yes.
right?
I was looking at
Yeah.
that like that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
yeah, and then knows something important.
Okay. Have to see what that is when you talk to her. But I will say what you find out, like how to find Stephanie, is that she has a part-time job working at the diner.
Lovely.
Not overnights, more so like weekdays on the weekends and like kind of the second shift where it's late afternoon, evening that she can get home. So like you
I
could go
feel-
to get milkshakes or
Yeah.
whatever after school and she'd be there.
So is she in school or just like works day shifts as an adult?
Yeah, sorry. She's in school, she's a senior,
Cool.
and then has a part-time job at the diner.
I feel like at some point Liz passes Parker a note during the day that says, "We're seeing your mom after school. Don't ask questions."
Well, Jennifer probably wouldn't be there yet because
Oh, yeah.
she works.
Yeah, we'd be there.
She works
We'd
nights.
be
Yeah.
we'd be there pre-Jennifer.
So, or I guess we're going to the diner after school. Don't ask questions.
I'm
Understood.
just imagining a note that's like, after school, diner question mark, milkshakes question mark, no other
Yes.
context.
Perfect. Well, Parker's gonna be looking into which teacher to talk to. I don't know if we ever established which teacher that would be.
I think we established what. Did they say what test they were? Didn't one of you talk to their?
I have pretty decent contact if you need me to roll that.
No, I think probably from the fight yesterday and the buzz, because it was a pretty public fight, so a lot of people were talking about it. And I
Mhm.
think with the fact that Alice got detention, it surfaced what test it was, which was the most recent math test. And
Got it.
you know that the math teacher, I don't know if it's necessarily just for your grade or like the math teacher for the whole school, is Mrs. Anderson.
Got it. Do I
Small
currently
town.
or have I had a class with Mrs. Anderson?
Yes. You know Mrs.
Which?
Anderson. She knows, like, the town is small enough that
Yeah,
all the teachers know most of the students.
sure. I've probably done like after school studies and stuff in the math room, and I've worked with her before and that sort of stuff. Okay, cool. I would like to at some point between classes seek out Mrs. Anderson.
Okay. Yeah, you can go to her classroom.
Perfect. I kind of want to time it like in between classes where my thought process is that which of course when the night before when I was studying up on exactly how I need to do this, the exact timing, what I need to say, wrote it all out in my journal. I would want to basically grab her when she's in between classes. So she just let one out and then the next one's going to be coming in soon, to basically grab her when she's a little off guard is the plan.
Okay. I'd say she probably... I think you could probably know that her most intensive math classes are in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And that would, like, between those classes would be the best time to ambush her.
Perfect. Sounds good. Yeah. And I'm just going to come in as all the kids are leaving. And I'm just going to come in way too strong. Mrs. Anderson, how's my favorite math teacher doing? And I bring like an apple with me because I'm like, that's got to butter her up. So I have an apple and I put it on her desk.
She's like, good afternoon, Parker. Well, I'm the only math teacher, but glad to know I'm your favorite. And Apple, thank you. What's something you're not in my next class?
Oh no, I just wanted to check in, see how are you doing. Parker starts to clock that he went in a little strong, so he's like, I've been doing this with all the teachers, but you're my favorite, of course. Anyway, how are you? How's your day going? How's the class work?
It's been good. You know, we're coming off some recent tests, so working on getting into the next sections of various math classes. Midterms are coming up, so that's also something the older students need to be worried about.
Yeah. The math tests. Oh, speaking of which, I crazy thing, didn't a teacher didn't Alice recently like get in trouble for cheating on a test? Or you don't have to give me specific names or anything, but how'd you come across that information? It seems like she cheated poorly, or what happened?
All right, I'm gonna need you to make a charm roll.
I was waiting for that. Oh, my charm's pretty good. All right,
Speaking
I actually
of, a
rolled
student
5 on
cheated on a test recently, right?
that. If this was D&D, I
It
would
was
definitely be
Alice, but
rolling
you know,
with
you don't have to give me
disadvantage.
details. You're just my favorite
I
teacher.
love how he's like, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna like Liz like coach him and all this stuff, and he just comes out. So someone cheated on a test, right? Like,
Can you tell me who
He
it
got
was?
flustered.
I'm being subtle.
That was
Wow.
great.
I'm rolling. Oh god. First roll of the game. 3 6s.
Oh, never
3
mind.
6s, baby.
Oh my
Whoa.
god.
Mark of
Alright.
the beast. Let's go. What do I? Now I'm
You
gonna
get
start looking
two,
at this.
2 bonus effects.
Oh my god. I don't deserve that roll. I don't deserve it at all. But I'll take it. But I'm gonna blame it on the fact that I was timing it when she was right in between classes and a little flustered. So she's probably busy like erasing the board and everything. All right, let me look at some bonus effects. I get 2 bonus effects, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Um. I like the one that says she's frightened, confused, or impressed. And I think I want her to be impressed at me having all this knowledge.
I want her to be frightened of me. Afraid.
Maybe that works. Yeah, exactly. Actually, all 3. She's frightened, confused, and impressed.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. And then I think, can I use the one that says she keeps believing you in a way to kind of safeguard against the rest of this conversation in a way?
Yeah, we can say that she keeps believing whatever excuses you come up with as to why you're asking these questions.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, basically, I just don't want her to question anything I'm saying.
Yeah, so it's not like she's like you left and then she's immediately like suspicious and will start talking to the other teachers or administrators or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, I do not deserve the role that I just got, but I will use it to my advantage.
Okay.
She's been having a day, and then this little teen comes in and starts yelling at her. But yeah.
Thank you for not picking they're infatuated because that would be.
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah. Nope. No, thank you. Stay away from that.
Okay, so
So I basically
you-
just point blank asked like, that's weird that she got caught. How did you catch her? Sort of conversation.
I think she looks to the door and double checks that no one else is coming in to, or like eavesdropping on this conversation. She's like, I really shouldn't be telling you this, Parker, and you're such a good student, but okay. I'll make this quick. I got an anonymous tape that had Alice's conversation with Linda talking about cheating on the test. Okay. It wasn't anything that was just some tip that I couldn't prove. I had a recording of Alice saying that she cheated on the test.
Oh, interesting. Do you know where it came from?
It's just on my
Just a
desk.
Anonymous tape. That's weird, right? That's weird. Has that happened to you before? You don't have to tell me. I'm just probing. I mean, I think Parker leaves. I think
It's like, turns and walks out.
yeah, exactly. Bye. Have a good day. Enjoy the apple.
Thanks.
You got flustered. I'm sorry.
I love this for you.
Don't tell Liz this happened, please. She will cry.
Parker being a bad liar or a bad social manipulator is what I'm here for.
Yeah.
I support this.
Hey, I got more than enough information than I was expecting.
That is true. You did well.
Yeah. Because we can connect this to those. Cool. All right. Parker leaves. I think. Do we? is this the kind of school where we occasionally will like have free periods throughout the day, sort of thing? I know in my school it was like random which period you personally would have off.
I think just with all the teachers and everything, I think when you're at least everyone in the older grades, like middle school and up, probably has a study hall. Like it's not like you have to sign up for study hall. Everyone just has like a study hall period because of teachers there are. So it's like an administrator will take care of the study hall groups. So that's where you could go like either stay in the classroom you're in or go to the library, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And there's
again,
also,
I think
there's also lunch. You would have time during your lunch break.
Yeah, I think I wanted to plan that out so that she had a class coming in, but I didn't have anything after because I knew that I would need time to calm down. So
you could just go to the nurse's office and be like, I'm not feeling well. Can I lay down?
Exactly. So I think I'm just gonna just go hang out, not in the library because I'm not allowed in there. Yeah, just like, yeah, go to wherever study hall is that I'm at the moment. Yes, I'm wanted for library crimes. Yep. Yeah. And that's Parker.
Okay. Are you going to reconvene with anyone during the day to tell them what you found out, or just gonna wait till after school?
Yeah, absolutely. I think after school, if I happen to run into anyone, I might say I have some information. I'm gonna hang on to it until after school. I'll tell you all at once.
I got the tea, but I'm not gonna tell you yet. And then they're just like, "What? You can't tell us that? You can't just say that."
But if they do push at all, I will fully tell them everything. But my plan is to do it when we have everyone together and we can kind of bounce ideas off, see what other information we can get. Maybe on our way to, if we're going to do the diner together, I don't know.
Yeah, you totally.
Yeah.
Has
Liz
Liz
was
told
totally
everyone
fine.
about the diner already?
As she went throughout her day, she would probably tell everyone, we're going to the diner.
Diner is happening. So
Yeah.
on the way to the diner is when I would do that. But if anyone is doing anything else during school, you guys can run that first. But then whenever we're ready for
If
that.
Liz runs into you at school, she will definitely question how to go.
And I give up instantly and tell you everything.
Liz just
I'm like,
pulls
no,
you...
don't get mad.
Yeah, I'm just imagining Liz like pulling Parker to the side and being like, "Tell me everything." He's like, "No, not here." And then the bell rings and everyone scatters, and Liz pulls him into the girls' restroom.
Yes.
And I give up all my secrets. Like, no, don't get mad. I got a little flustered, but I did find out that Mrs. Anderson got an anonymous tape that had a recording on it of her admitting to cheating. So that's something, right? And then I left.
How did you make your exit?
I honestly don't remember. But it's possible that I just said that I got flustered in the middle of a sentence and just turned around and left. Hopefully I said something before I just turned around and left, but I honestly don't know. I kind of blacked out.
Yes. I feel like at this point, like, Liz is wanting to facepalm, and there's, like, you know the scene when they're, like, when two students are conversing in the bathroom and someone tries to come in and the other one just, like, someone inside shuts the door shut and tells them to wait.
Go to a different bathroom.
Yeah,
Beat it.
that's exactly what happens. It's Liz channeling her aggression elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, and there's just a very, like, there's a kind of resigned, I'm proud of you, because he, like, Parker.
I don't like lying. I don't like doing that.
I have a question. Is this school like one of the ones where the boys and girls bathrooms are right next to each other?
Yeah.
Okay. Dominic was hiding in the boys' bathroom and heard their entire conversation through the vent. So he starts shouting through the vent at Parker that he did a really good job. And then he asks if he can come in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liz will let
Danny comes in.
I don't know if we should be in here. Should we like go?
This
I'm just,
bathroom is
like,
gonna be
trying to
like
make
an
any
in
issues.
school hideout where there's just a sign on the door that says out of order, but then all of you just go in while everyone else can.
Yeah, a sign written in crayon, out of order.
Liz bribes the janitor
when
to
Parker
never touch this
asks,
bathroom.
Dominic says, "What are they going to do? Ban you from the bathrooms?"
Maybe.
They can't do that.
I don't know. I didn't know I could be banned from the library, and here I am.
I knew that.
I've had a bad couple of days. Anyway, so yes, that's
Does
what I'm
anyone else want to mysteriously happen upon this scene? Janet has a bathroom pass. Flynn is, I don't know,
I think it's just
sneaking
hilarious.
out. Oh, class.
Flynn is sleeping somewhere nearby or something.
Flynn is
Flynn is
exhausted.
sleeping in the
Poor boy.
We just hear the stall open and Flynn sticks her head out.
Was sleeping in a girl's bathroom for some reason.
Yeah, either one.
The ideal place to sleep.
I mean, it's cleaner.
That's true. I just
Yeah,
feel like Flynn
If
would
you
like.
could choose either one, you're gonna choose the girls one.
Well, okay. So was it like you did Flynn fall asleep in the bathroom, or like go to the bathroom to sleep?
I'm imagining Flynn going into the handicap stall and pulling out one of those like compressible hammocks and stringing it from one side of the stall to the
Yeah.
other and just hanging out.
Flynn had a whole plan.
Flynn has a little sleep pack, like already ready in this bathroom, just
There's a
ready.
ti-
We
there's
just
a
like
ti-
hear snoring from the stall. It's like, what the hell?
There's a
Flynn,
tile
no.
that like is if you tap it the right way comes off, and that's where they store their stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like now there has to be a canon. Flynn has a map, like a map of the school with all notes on which rooms are the least frequented, including the girls' bathroom.
Right.
They did their research. Yep.
Yeah.
God. And then Janet has a bathroom pass.
Yes.
I was gonna make the joke that the person you just slammed out of the bathroom was Janet.
Does Janet just say, "But I have a pass"?
Also, hi Liz.
Oh,
And then Liz just
Janet.
reaches out, grabs Janet, and yanks her in.
yikes, right.
And everyone's in the girls' bathroom.
I love this.
And there you go.
I love the image of this.
So then Parker recaps everything.
Once we realize everyone's in, Dominic like puts his back against the door so no one can like push it open anymore. So it's basically just like barricaded.
Mhm.
I'm imagining it swings in.
Yeah.
So.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
And,
he's like leaning up against the door so people can't.
You're leaning up
in.
against it, and I'm imagining him like propping one boot on the opposite wall, just to have
Yeah.
like some extra leverage.
He's like braced so no one's gonna get in now.
Yeah.
They will question why the door won't open, but they're not getting
That's a them problem.
it.
So yeah.
Oh. Boy, they're supposed to be in the girls' room, Parker. I'm proud of you.
I don't know how I got here. I blacked out that part too. I'm having a weird day.
Parker's been having frequent blackouts.
You take something?
No, but should I? Should I be taking something?
Check his
Parker
eyes.
writes a note in a journal. Find medication for blackouts. Ask doctor about blackouts.
Stress-induced blackouts.
Yeah, exactly. I love it.
At
All
age 10, stress-induced blackouts.
You find yourself falling asleep in strange locations.
Yes.
Don't remember how you got there. Could be narcolepsy.
I feel like Flynn doesn't even necessarily stand up. Like we just open the handicap like door, and the hammock is just like strung from it enough that it just like wheels you out a little bit.
You pull out a snack from nowhere, and it's like, "Hey guys, what's up?"
Yeah, just like a bag of trail mix. They're cheap. Just like, what's up?
There are raisins in that?
I mean, do you want the raisins or do you not want the raisins?
Not want the raisins.
Okay.
Love it.
All right.
Why are we all in here? I know why I'm in here.
So Parker recaps everything again. Is way too honest about the whole situation, but gets the point across of that Mrs. Anderson just randomly received an anonymous tape with the recording of Alice admitting to cheating. And then
All right. So we steal people's mail.
we steal people. No, that's illegal.
It's
We don't do illegal things, right?
Pretty sure it's
Right.
illegal to also record people. That's legal, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe.
Points to Flynn, just tired points towards the Parker's pet and just be like,
I mean, we're making all of this up. I say to like the mouse that I've now put in my backpack. I was just
Dominic
like,
at this point just hangs his head in shame, just like,
damn it. We're really bad at it.
Dominic says,
What?
up until this moment, you would have made great Russian spy.
Yep. I'm like,
Oh shit! Right.
right.
My bad.
Parker just takes out a piece of paper and writes "sorry" on it and shows everyone the word "sorry."
Dominic
takes a
loudly,
drumstick and taps
a little
it.
too loudly, says that that's a really interesting story that Parker's been writing.
Yes, that is what it is. An interesting story that I've been
Discuss.
saying.
Stories after school when we go to get milkshakes
Yes.
and meet up with our friend.
Yes, we're gonna meet up with our friend for milkshakes.
Dominic, visibly
Yes.
confused, asks why they want shaken milk.
Don't you know? Everything's better with rock and roll.
The milk plays music?
We're gonna get you some shaken milk. Don't worry, Dominic. You'll understand once you have it.
I don't understand.
You will soon.
You will soon.
You'll
You will
Don't
open.
like it, we can buy you something else. You don't have to have the shake.
Poor boy has never had anything fun in his life. He understands nothing.
What American does not? Oh, wait a minute.
Nah.
All right. I think Parker is going to rip out some more note paper and kind of try to have an extra bit of conversation here just on note paper of just writing. Is there a way to get rid of these devices without arousing suspicion?
Flynn will signal to grab your headed paper and just like
Yeah, hand it to you.
yeah, and put working on it, and then promptly hands it back, turns around and just starts falling asleep again.
Oops. So yeah, well, I guess. Well, I think I'm gonna push the issue a little bit, and again, just writing this down of, like, what happens if we just leave them in a room, like lock them in a room or something, put them in a box, leave them outside. Leave them outside. Is there any way to know that we have them or don't have them?
Liz writes on the paper that that's what she like. Hers hasn't left her backpack outside of when she's been with you guys in private since she got it. So, and she hasn't suffered any consequences.
I feel like Janet pulls out hers and it's just like wrapped in tinfoil and duct tape.
Yeah, that's a way to do it. Maybe I should have done that. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna mull that over and not say anything else. And then I turn around and leave.
Dominic lets you out.
See, I'm just gonna write "see you" for milkshakes on the paper and leave it, and then just walk out in shame.
Dominic leaves and muttering to himself confusedly says shaken milk and just leaves.
I feel like Liz wants to give both of them head pats for various reasons, but doesn't.
Dominic is confused. That should
Poor
just be his
Dominic.
permanent. That's his permanent status. Confused.
Yeah, confused.
And yeah, I think we just finish out the day.
After you get out of school, you can head to the diner, and I think before we get to that, we can take a quick little break,
Woo!
Awesome.
That's good.
refill some drinks, and we'll be back here in roughly 10 minutes.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
Hey, this might come out as total madness, but just wait. I really need to tell you something. 'Cause I feel alone in a room, surrounded by people. I wanna know if you're feeling it too. Out on the roof, here with you, it all seems so distant. With you, under streetlights right next to the skyline. With you, yeah. I've been a cynic for so many of my days. Now you just my makeup believer out of me. 'Cause you look so pretty in the sunrise, and somehow now everything is alright. I feel like every word is so translucent, so real. Oh, won't you tell me how you do it? Now I'm high, but the buzz in the room, surrounded by people. I couldn't care, yeah, but nobody but you. Sway, move me now, baby, dance, give into the moment. With you, under streetlights right next to the skyline. With you.
I've been thinking about what you said.
About? Was it about the Fey portal or the squishing the head like the grape?
Not wanting to ambush Henry
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I have good ideas.
sometimes.
Be nice. You know I can beat you up.
I was thinking of trying to write her a letter
Okay.
and just leaving it in her dorm. Would that be too much of an ambush?
Okay, so that really depends, okay? Because, like, if you leave it on her, like, pillow with, like, a sketched out drawing of her while she's sleeping, that would be creepy. Don't do that.
No, it would just be a letter. Well, a
But were
letter
you
and a
in
ring.
her room without her permission, touching her stuff, sniffing her sheets and stuff? Like, whatever werewolves do when they miss somebody?
Don't think I'd do that.
Do you think you could stop yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. You have more faith in you than I do.
I don't want things to be perfect, Rox. I just want things to stay.
Abandonment issues. Sometimes when you hold on too tight, that's when they leave you.
I think I'm getting a hint of that.
People are like sand, okay? Like, you can't really hold them tight in your hands, it'll just slip through. But what you can do is build castles with them. So when you build them up, you can make things that are beautiful.
You can put them in a bucket.
Well, you could. You could put them in a bucket. That's true. I don't
Okay.
want to live in a bucket. Would you want to live in a bucket? Personally, if
No.
you put me in a bucket, I would find a way to pour that bucket, and then I would go like in your pants so I could be all itchy and annoying to you forever.
What?
That's how siblings love each other. Being itchy and annoying forever.
I think me and Mrs. Johnson have been trying to put Henry in a bucket.
I don't know that it's just a bucket, but yeah, that's a good metaphor for it. Henry doesn't belong in a bucket. She belongs on the beach with seashells in her hair and stuff. Especially if she's metal. Let that girl shine. She could literally shine. That'd be like me trying to dim Elena's glow. Hell no, I'm gonna hype that girl up, show her off. I tell everybody I know that she's my girlfriend. Or trying to make Sylvie less glittery.
I don't know. A union could work. Maybe not
Or a
In a-
league.
traditional sense. You have people's secret identities.
Seeking
Justice.
God.
Or maybe a bunch of heroes that avenged the world.
What we really need is a group of defenders.
Or
Not
like
every person gets that joke.
X people. Just
extra special people.
extra special people.
Extraordinary,
Or a
even.
school run by
A bald man, a rich bald man.
no, I feel like Echo is
You gotta to shave her head.
Hecate. Hecate.
Hecate is
Professor
Professor X if Professor X were more of an asshole and hot. Just saying.
Yes. And a woman
And yeah, and a woman.
in leather. Sorry.
This is true.
Anyway.
Having a moment.
Show me love, make a change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me love, show me love, show me love, show me love. Make a change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me life, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me
Oh my gosh, that is the wrong overlay. Oops.
Oops.
That's fine.
Oopsie doodie.
Hello. Welcome back. If you are just joining us before we jump into our shake and milk scene, we are raising money for the Trevor Project, and if you would like to have an impact on our game, we have plenty of donation incentives ranging from, I think, $5 to $50. So if you just want to tell us to drink some water or name an NPC or something like that, you can chip in a couple bucks. Or if you want to speak as the GM and have a much larger impact on the game, throw some cash towards the Trevor Project, and we'll see what we can do. But we've got a little more like happier music going. It's after school. All of you can forego getting on the bus and instead head over to the diner for some after school snacks. I think it's probably pretty common that students will go that way just to like hang out. There's not too much to do in this town, so it's a good spot, especially when it's getting colder and you can't really spend as much time outside. So there's definitely some other students there, but you don't have any problems finding yourselves a booth down.
Can we try and, like, is this diner big enough to have sections? Do we have to try and find one that's in
Probably not in the traditional sense. They might section it up a little bit more during like peak times. But a lot of it is one of the servers just being like, okay, I'll grab that table, or if it's like super busy, a couple of them like tag teaming and be like, I'll help you out over here. Or if they're taking drinks and then a food for another table is up, the other like someone else might be like, I got the food for you, and we'll hand that out. So it's probably
we probably don't want to be as obvious as requesting a waitress. But that's another option.
It's more so like if like we could tell that she was in a certain section, because if it's not too busy, we could just go sit in her section.
I'd say in your efforts to track her down, you probably got a good description, and she's got like a big blonde perm, probably has a headband kind of keeping it back, wears some heavier makeup, and can kind of see where you can easily spot her in the diner and see where she's taking some orders, and go and sit in that area if you would like. Just try and casually be like, hey, and she'll be like, yeah, 1 second, be with you in a minute.
Can you remind me her name? We got that, right?
Stephanie.
Stephanie, thank you very much. Adding it to
Reason I keep
my
thinking Tiffany.
notes.
Turns around and sees 5 juniors simultaneously flagging her down.
So I
Five
got some
juniors and a
weird
small
bug bite on
child.
my wrist, and I don't know where it came from.
Oh no.
No good. Cool. Well, let's sit down. I'm as soon as I can gonna try to order some milkshakes to make sure that Dominic can try one.
I was about to say, I feel like they get a milkshake. Like Liz is like, I got this, and we'll like order like a small milkshake of every flavor on the menu, just so Dominic can try them all.
Oh
We're
my
gonna do a
God.
milkshake flight, please.
Okay. Yeah, I think she comes over and she's just like loudly chewing and popping some gum, and pulls out a notepad. It's just like, what can I get you?
Dominic immediately says shaken milk, a little too loud. People in the diner stare.
Yeah, definitely people in the dining tables look at you and are just like, what? And she like pauses, she like blows a bubble and pops it, and there's a pause, and she's like, flavor?
One
Milk
small
flavor?
One small milkshake of every flavor on the menu, and I will ensure that there's a good tip coming afterwards.
Kind of rolls her eyes and makes a note. It's like, okay, anything else?
Chicken fingers.
Okay.
Black
You want
coffee.
fries?
Yes.
Okay. And black coffee.
Can I have a
Please.
coffee with cream and sugar, please?
Sure. Coffee with cream and sugar.
I've never had that before.
She'll look at Flynn.
Yeah.
All right. Have that out in a bit. She turns and
just
walks away.
nods. Yes. Can I get you anything? Yes.
I feel like Davy is low-key fuming in the corner because chickens do not have fingers.
Doesn't make
Oh.
any sense. It's not logical.
I would have, I think. I want to solve. I would have wanted to solve our listening devices issue before getting here. Like either trying
Oh,
to get
yeah.
them all into a box and like leaving them outside the diner or something.
I will
that something-
say,
Go ahead.
even if you get rid of yours, there are plenty of other kids in here that
Of
there are
course.
lots of other devices.
So that wouldn't have helped because of where. Yeah, got it. Okay,
As far
understand.
as we know, any device can tap
Right.
So just
It's-
anytime.
So even if
Yeah,
you
it-
get rid of yours, that doesn't mean your conversation will necessarily go unheard.
yeah, especially in like a public place like this. Cool. All right.
You just have to be careful. Like you have to be kind of very specific about the words you say.
So Parker shuts up.
Wow.
You just Dominic tries every single one of the milkshakes, picks out his favorite, and the rest just get shoved towards Parker, who like anytime he opens his mouth to say something is like, take a sip of the milkshake.
Exactly. That's a great idea. I'm just
How
gonna
many
be like,
flavors are there of milkshake for Dominic's?
I need to
Shake.
live just fine.
I think
like
at this point it'd be like
Fix.
vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, banana, probably something blue.
Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, banana,
Root beer float.
Mint.
root beer
Oh.
float,
Yeah.
Mint?
maybe
I like mint.
maybe like an Oreo.
Mm.
I could see an Oreo or anything that really just is milkshake plus candy bar of
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
variety.
I love that.
Dominic
the-
settles on root beer float.
I think the
Nice.
rest just get spread out among the table. Davey
Plain
gets
vanilla,
second
please.
pick.
Yeah, the Stephanie comes back first with the coffees and sets down mugs in front of Dominic, Parker, and Flynn, and tosses one of those little single serving like creamers at you and a couple of sugar packets, and then has a pot of black coffee and pours it in all of the mugs.
Nice.
And then
Uh,
she says, have your milkshakes out in a bit. And the tenders.
I'm gonna
Walks
take
away.
out a new piece of paper and I'm just gonna write, so what's the plan? And then I'm just gonna shove it towards Elizabeth.
I think Liz is still trying to think of a plan
Mhm.
on how to breach this with the server. That
Yeah, how to do it like subtly. It's a tall
Mhm.
ask.
I believe in you. Flynn believes in you.
Parker is gonna take a sip of the black coffee. He's never had coffee before. He's just on a high of going
Adult
crazy. Today's
and
been a crazy
dangerous
day.
behavior. Yes,
Exactly.
coffee
sounds
is
like a
difficult-
great idea. Take more caffeine in.
Exactly. So I try a bit of that, hate it, and then I add like 5 of the little cream packets and like 10 sugars, and then I'm into it.
I might just imagining Janet from like off screen like takes one of the stirring sticks and just like sticks it into the coffee while you're doing this like a mosquito and just takes a little sip.
It's very sweet when I'm done with it.
It's sweeter than the milkshakes when you're done.
It
Bob,
is, yeah.
Scoop
Yeah.
off,
It
like,
essentially becomes a coffee flavored milkshake in the end.
I was gonna say scoop off a spoonful of whipped cream and just like mix it into your coffee.
Yep.
There you go, coffee milkshake. What's not to love?
You invented the
Starts
ice
getting the
frappuccino.
jitters. There you go. Cool. Parker sits in the corner and keeps drinking his coffee and milkshakes and trying not to talk.
Sorry, do
This
we have the
is-
milkshakes yet?
No.
No, they're not here yet.
No,
Okay.
just the. We're probably jumping
drinking-
around a
drinking
little
his
bit.
coffee
It's
then.
just the coffee right
No,
now.
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I just want to like know where we are
Yeah,
timeline wise.
moment to moment.
Looks like
Yes.
they'll are a little more involved than just being like, here's a mug of coffee.
Yeah,
That's already
totally.
That's
been
why we're
sitting out
getting
for, like, an
57
hour.
of them.
Yes.
Every milkshake you have.
Oh wow, I did
Well-
not know that he was out of a place that had 57 flavors. Yeah, okay, cool.
It's
Give me all the
bacon
milkshakes
shake.
you have. I worry what you heard was give me a lot of milkshakes. What I said was give me all the
All of
milkshakes
them.
you have.
Instead of my milkshakes bring the boys to the yard, my boys bring the milkshakes to the diner.
Oh, they do.
These boys be bringing milkshakes.
They can't get in the yard without a milkshake. That's their ticket in.
I feel like Janet would sort of like low whisper conspiratorially with everyone. Okay, so how much are we pretty sure that she probably also got a tape?
Yes.
Okay,
You sure?
then let's act like we got one too.
What?
Looks to Elizabeth. Would that work?
Theoretically.
We
You're the
have one too.
socially competent one. Surely you know everything.
What would the end
It
goal
would
of
have
that
to
be?
be a juicy enough secret that someone would send a tape out.
It's not a bad idea though to be like, we received this weird tape. Have you received the same thing? It's crazy, right?
I mean, maybe we could ask to see it. Then we just take it and run.
What?
That's
Have
my
the police
strategy.
called on us? That's more
What?
incriminating than any recording.
Over a tape that she randomly received in the mail.
It's still
She's
stealing,
also
isn't
a
it?
resource that we might not want to burn a bridge with just yet.
All right, but if we are gonna try to get her to like open up about this, we need like a good secret, right? Come on, Liz, you gotta have something.
I have a few.
I mean, if all else fails, we can ask Dominic. Yeah, you gotta have something, like a state secret or something.
Yes, your president is an alien.
I knew it.
Dominic pulls the crumpled and damn sarcasm sign from last night out.
Liz looks for the sarcasm sign.
Yeah, Dominic pocketed it last night.
I think, would Liz be able to fake a secret enough with what she, or that would be comparable to the cheating?
Maybe. Depends on what you come up with.
I'm trying to think what secret she would. Because the other thing is, like,
While you're mulling this over,
Yeah,
Stephanie
sorry.
returns with the 6 different milkshakes and sets them in the center of the table. And she turns to Jen and says, "Couple more minutes on those chicken tenders."
Love the accent.
yeah.
I don't know what this the middle of Wisconsin.
She's like slow, gone from Wisconsin to Brooklyn.
I don't know what I'm
Love it.
doing. This is fine.
No. She's of the world. She's
Yeah.
been around.
Get my Wisconsin. No, that's Minnesota. Wisconsin.
Boston.
Bad.
Wisconsin.
Winnebago.
Go so Midwest it hurts.
Every sentence should be a new accent.
That's what we need. We need a charity donation tier that's just like anytime someone donates, it's a new accent that I have to do.
Hey,
Perfect. they just spam it. So you have to keep changing it like every
I
word.
used to have that as a point reward where I'd have to do a different accent for 5 minutes.
Oof.
It's pretty great.
I feel like Liz next time Stephanie comes back, if you're okay with this, Charlie, she's gonna try and charm her. And under the guise of I hear someone is spilling secrets in school and it's not. And I'm intrigued to see who's playing on my turf.
Okay, we can certainly try. Eventually she comes back with the basket of chicken fingers and french fries and sets it
I feel
down.
like
in
Liz
front
also
of-
times this with her tip, for the record.
Mm.
It's not like she's not going to get a tip if this doesn't go well, but I
Okay.
feel like she's going to try and time it with something that would endear her to Stephanie.
Okay. She sets the chicken fingers and french fries in front of Janet and then also like flips down one of those glass ketchup bottles. And then I think at that moment you pull out the bills for the tip and like hold them out to her as she's like pulling back to straighten from where she was bent over the table.
Mhm.
She looks at the money and she's like, I haven't given you your bill yet.
But you just carried out 6 milkshakes, which isn't necessarily an easy task.
Yeah, but typically people tip at the end of service.
This way, make sure you get your tip versus it going to someone else.
She won't put up much of an argument for that, and we'll take the cash and slip it into her apron. Thanks, kid. She will start to turn and walk away. Stop her.
Liz will say, "Hey, I heard there's someone spreading rumors or spreading secrets around the school. You know anything about that?" Less than moral secrets.
Go ahead and roll charm.
I'd attempt to help, but like, what would Flynn do to help? So I'm
Like, let's leave. It's fine.
Parker is actively not helping.
Keep drinking your milkshake.
Parker's sucking down a
Straw in
milkshake.
mouth.
Exactly.
It's fine. That's 2 6s.
All right, you
Woo.
get to buy a bonus effect.
Nice.
It helps when you roll a fuck ton of dice.
It does.
Yes.
Or you just get lucky. That's awesome.
Like me.
Or both.
Or both.
You only need 2 dice. If
I've-
you will roll 6s on both, though.
As funny as she's infatuated would be, because it's Liz, I don't think we're gonna go with that one.
Fair.
I think we're going to go with. Is it okay to like? Here's my idea. She will try and persuade others to believe you, in the form of if she hears of similar situations, she'll try and persuade them to reach out. Or is that too much of a reach?
I like where your
I
head's
feel
at.
like in this, with the way the conversation has gone so far, you're not really like lying about your position. You're just like, hey,
So
I
I
heard
think
there's secrets. Can
I'll
you tell me
switch,
them?
or I'll keep the. Then I'll go with the lasting relationship, so we can potentially use her as a
Well,
resource later.
Wouldn't they will take risks to help you be more in line with what you were trying to get her to do?
That one could also work.
Because it is risky to like be like, oh yeah, go ahead, go talk to these 14-year-olds about
Yeah.
your secret. It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Go share this information with the 14-year-olds that are sticking their nose.
Free therapy.
Yeah,
So
That would be a good way to get her to
Yeah.
go above and beyond.
yeah.
So you want her to take risks to help you?
Yeah.
And remember, it was a big bribe. I mean, tip.
Best tip. Except
remind me,
for
Chris,
your-
$5 bill.
Your question was just asking if she knew anything about people spreading less than moral secrets around.
Or exposing less than moral secrets, yeah.
She chews on her gum and says, "Yeah, I might know something about it. What of it?"
We're looking into how these secrets might be coming to light. They seem to be ones that are unusually well kept.
If I'd go about calling them well kept, but
Until the recent exposure. Like, one or two people knowing the secret max. Unless you know of something that I don't.
I mean, I had suspicions that Shane was cheating, but I don't really have anything to prove it. So, again, not exactly well kept. I just didn't have the evidence.
And now you do?
Oh, I got a little bit of a tip off of Shane making plans with Caitlin and followed along and saw them together. So I wasn't just gonna believe whatever anyone said to me.
Was this tip said or spoken, or was this tip in the form of a tape?
The tape. Shane and Caitlin were
Mysteriously-
making plans.
Mysteriously delivered? Or did you see who it came from?
I didn't see who it came from, but it was in my mailbox.
With the return address?
No. Hardly.
Do I know where... Do I have a vague idea of where Stephanie lives? Is there like... I know cameras are rudimentary, but would there be any way that we could finagle... Like, is she across from like a convenience store or something where we could...
Not really. The way the town's laid out, a lot of the shops and businesses are around the central square, and all of the residential houses are pretty much in like little suburbs surrounding the town. Maybe a couple of people, like the general store, the owners might live above their shop, but that's about it.
And security cameras really aren't a thing, so... We can't...
At least not home ones, home security ones.
Yeah. So, no way to see who dropped something off at a mailbox. Seems a strange occurrence. Tapes appearing out of nowhere.
Someone's causing some mischief. Probably bored. Some way to entertain themselves.
It is a small town. There's not much to do here.
Play some, like then out of nowhere, just they should play some arcade games. Just
Well, still, an intriguing little mystery, if nothing else. Our local vigilante
I necessarily call them a vigilante. They're just trying to stir up trouble, is my guess.
If they wanted to stir up trouble, though, they could have told your boyfriend that they knew he was cheating. Why tell you? That's not trouble. That's going out of their way to help.
I don't know. Maybe they were hoping for a big public fight or something. Unbeknownst to them, I wasn't that attached to Shane anyway. More of a temporary fling than anything.
Maybe they've got a crush on you.
Oh, so their
Dominic
goal
is
to-
visibly confused by the word fling because he thinks it means throwing Shane.
So they wanted to break me and Shane up so they can move in, be my rescuer in shining armor or whatever. Yeah, that's rich. Not really worth trying to form long-lasting romantic relationships in this town. Better to get out while you can.
I feel like Liz is nodding along with this as it's talking, just like maybe not so much the romance part, but like the get out while you can. She's definitely.
Janet thinks you're talking about the romance part, and just quietly and sadly eats a chicken finger.
Stephanie looks at Liz and says, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Get graduation. There's better things out there. People here only bring you down. They come with you."
I do have another question.
Oh no.
How did shaking the milk make it taste like this? He asks very earnestly, like complete sincerity.
It's actually more like ice cream than
I think she laughs and says, "Wanna see how it's done?"
Yes.
Come
The
on.
secret. The secret's being
She'll
unveiled.
like gesture for you to follow her.
Hey, Dominic follows her.
Does he take his milkshake?
Yeah,
Yes.
he is really attached to this
Yeah.
root beer float milkshake.
I knew it. He's
And
American.
she will bring you back behind the counter where all the milkshake equipment is. And she'll pull out a glass and like a milkshake glass, and we'll start going through the whole process of like the ice cream and any mix-ins or toppings. She'll be like, if you want to see me make a root beer float milkshake, she'll pull out the soda and start going through that process. But while that's happening, is there any conversation that is going on at the table while Dominic is away?
I'm telling you, we need to start stealing people's mail.
Janet, please, don't make me do that. I've already done so much today.
It's the only way. They're getting them in the mail. So we need to take the mail before they get the tape. We need to get one of these
Felony
tapes.
offense. Just for information. You don't want to get caught doing that.
We won't get caught.
All right, Janet, whatever you do on your own time is fine.
Just don't incriminate
I'm not
me.
gonna touch it. Yeah, just keep. If when you get caught, you don't know me.
Parker's like, I am not ride or die. I am a snitch. I will get stitches. It is okay.
Exactly. I don't mean to be a snitch. I don't mean to be this way.
No.
I'm just saying that I will collapse at the moment someone gets mad at me.
An ounce of pressure. You're just like, I'm done.
Exactly. Honestly, you should just not tell me if you're going to do it anyway. Leave me out of it.
We need a way to track the envelopes back to their deliverer.
We could try working on the tape end. I know a guy.
What do you mean?
You know Jonesy who works in the tattoo shop? He's the guy I get all my tapes from. If anybody's going to know anything about these tapes, it's going to be him.
At this
So
point,
you're thinking
Dominic
of like
returns to the table.
dissecting one of the tapes and seeing like where it was manufactured or something? Is that
Yeah.
what you're thinking? Got it.
Stephanie
Like,
probably
there are different
gave
kinds
you
of
the root beer milkshake she was making.
Pardon?
Stephanie, after she showed you how to make the root beer milkshake, gave you the glass.
Good.
Comes back with more milkshake.
He's like got one in each hand and he's drinking them both.
Double fisting milkshake.
Yeah.
Great.
He also says he has an idea and they should go now.
Fair enough.
Flynn like just starts leaving. Like, okay.
I look at Liz and I'm like making eye contact of like, are you good? Are we good here?
I
Sweet
think
dine and dash.
Well, obviously we'll pay first.
We paid.
Yeah.
But did we get all the information you needed for now?
I think for now, yeah, Liz got all of the information. I think she will request the bill and just let Stephanie know as she pays it if she hears anything interesting. Send it Liz's way. After all, it is a boring town and we have to make our own fun.
Good excuse.
She grins and just like chews on her gum loudly and says, "What I said. Graduation. Get out."
Awesome.
Liz definitely nods and says, "I will definitely keep that one in mind." And then she'll thank her before heading out after the rest of the group, basically.
Oh, Dominic made a point to be the last one there.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh, so he was just
That's-
like, "Oh, I got an
that's fine.
idea. Let's go," and is just like,
And then just kind of ushered everyone out.
"Okay."
yeah.
Got it.
He needed
Once everyone else
to-
has left, he pulls like a bunch of crumpled money out of his pocket. Probably at like close to the amount of the bill, if not more.
Oh,
And just,
Liz
like-
covered the bill.
Oh no, he knows.
Oh.
He just is trying to help. And he just like gives it all to Stephanie and says thank you and leaves. He just didn't want anyone to see him do that.
No,
Aw.
she'll as you're pulling it out, she'll be like, "No, it's covered, man. It's all like you don't have anything to pay for. It's all good."
So Dominic then insists that instead she give him Liz's money back.
It's look, Dan, she paid. It's good. Just
take my money.
how about this? You bring your friends back here again another time and tell them that you're buying their food.
No, can't do that.
Why?
Just can't.
Well, she like curls your fingers back around the money and like gently nudges your hands back towards you. Well, till you can, I'm not taking your money.
He puts some of the money on the table, not all of it, and leaves before she can say anything. He is insistent. My boy's determined.
Would she do this? Yeah, why not? I think all the shenanigans have like endeared this group to her enough that she will grab the money and like grab you by the back of your collar and shove the bills down the back of your shirt and then shove you towards the door.
Fair enough.
He wins
Dominic
this
makes sure to
round.
stuff all the money back in his pocket though before
Yeah.
anyone sees.
I feel like you're doing that at the door to the diner before you get out, and
Yeah.
Stephanie just shouts over to you and she's like, next time.
I feel like Janet is already like a block down the road. Just started like jogging. Doesn't know where she's going. She's just like, yeah, we've got a plan. Where's Dominic?
not realize with like an additional 5 minutes.
This poor senior is dealing with all of these underclassmen doing random shit.
She
on
is
her
doing
ship.
great.
Yeah.
Stephanie, I love her. She's doing wonderful.
Another person Dominic will now fight for.
Yeah.
Who won't he fight for? That's the real question.
The people who were mean to him.
Pretty much.
Dominic goes out specifically looking to fuck up Shane.
Yeah, honestly, that is his new. Yes,
Please.
that is
I want
official.
this. I want this.
Can we bump into Shane?
If you mention this,
I
If you
would like
mention this
I
to
would like
Janet,
to
she's
know
gonna
what
be like,
Dominic's plan was
"Where?"
first. So
Yes.
if this isn't something we get to tonight, just keep that scene in your back pocket, and we can get to it.
Dominic wants to mess with him because Dominic's not, unless it like comes to his mom, he's not stupid. So he knows he can't just fight this guy, but Dominic knows that he might be able to mess with him and make him really scared.
Oh my god.
Okay. So we go to the hideout, yes?
Beeline, straight to the hideout.
Yeah.
Because we can't talk
Uh,
about any of this until we
Yeah. So,
within-
so Janet, what's the song that you'll play that will be our cover?
That you can't sing any bars of because copyright.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we can all think about in our heads.
we all
I
just
love
start
rock and
silently
roll.
bobbing our heads along.
Okay.
Nice.
Solid choice, really.
Yeah.
I'll stop.
Right, Butcher.
Cut you off.
So close.
I can fight back with my sticks.
Copyright,
Snap
please
those
arrest
over my
Janet.
knee. Just try me.
So when we get back to the hideout, I'm gonna pull out my whiteboard with all of my notes on it, and add the new stuff. So
You call it a whiteboard, but I'm just imagining one of those large pad of paper easels.
yes, that's better. Yes, yep. Yeah, like this, where I'm taking my real notes.
Yeah.
Except larger.
Hey,
It's the
Um,
big classroom one.
Yeah. So we've got that. I've also got like a cork board with like the yarn and push pins, like starting my conspiracy board. And then I'm gonna add the new information that we have. So let's recap real quick to make sure we're on the same page. So I found out we've got anonymous tapes being sent for somewhat unknown reasons.
Probably change the
And then Liz, can you recap what you found out?
Stephanie's tape was delivered to her mailbox. No eyes on it. But unlike the previous secret with Alice, this was a event that she had suspected was going on and was just waiting on evidence.
And then evidence appeared.
Yes.
well, maybe recording guy can only work with what he's able to hear.
Right. So as I explained, like it's they got a radio dial, right? And they can kind of rotate to wherever. But I don't know. We don't know if they know where they're targeting. I guess I don't.
Maybe
Like
they got
I-
tuned in at the right time.
I hope that that's what it is, because we've said a lot of things in front of our devices. So hopefully they're not just listening to all of them
As soon as
at
you say
once.
that, as soon as you say we've said things, like looks at Janet. You're right.
Things have been said. Well, where do we go from here? Do we want to try this idea of bringing a tape to Janet's contact? See if
We
you can
have
figure it out.
to
Well, yeah.
get a tape.
And we have to get a
Again,
tape.
steal people's mail.
Dominic also had an idea
Yes.
in case
Yeah.
anybody forgot.
No,
Yes.
we yeah, look directly at you.
You got the stage.
Fire on
Dominic
it.
comes into the hideout last because he got held up, finishing his milkshakes.
We were waiting for you to finish your milkshake.
Did he
Yeah.
just steal the? Did he steal the glass? No.
Hopefully, got to go cups, but just walking out with the glasses.
Honestly, I totally forgot they would have been in glasses. Yeah,
Um,
he's probably going back there later in the night anyway. He'll bring him back. It's fine. Anyway, okay. So Dominic says basically that his idea is what we have to do is when we're being recorded, lie, make up a secret about one of us, tell it to someone else, and then stake out and wait for someone to deliver the tape.
Yeah. That's what I was kind of thinking too. I just
Like,
It's not a bad
make
idea.
up something
Oh.
so good about someone that there's no way the tape distributor won't go for it
I mean, we know they
Okay.
go for cheating.
in many forms.
so
Yeah, two
who's
different types of
here
cheating.
is the most likely one to cheat.
Oh,
here.
I just need to talk about my parents' activities in front of one of these things. It's fine.
I feel like that
Oh.
one.
But if everyone knows, I mean,
No, my parents both know. You guys know. The town does not know.
so but
Mm.
who would the tape be delivered to then?
Well,
Yeah, because we have to know where the tape is going.
Because by saying someone cheated on a test, the teacher gets a tape. By saying that someone's planning to cheat on their girlfriend, the girlfriend gets the tape.
I don't have to indicate that my other parent knows
Okay.
that the first
Yeah.
parent's
So
cheating.
as long as we can keep that cover, then yes, it works.
Yeah, we
Or
need
it
we
ends
need to.
up in someone like my brother's hands.
Yeah, we need to like figure out who the target is going to be to get the tape, and then work on what information they would need to learn that would.
So we
Cause
have
them to get a tape.
Reverse engineer a secret.
So we
Right.
make it so that one of us gets the tape?
Probably
I
for
mean-
the best.
Well, the only way one of us would get a tape is if one of us was in a relationship or something, from my understanding of things.
Well,
There's
I
no-
mean,
Well, I mean, cheating on a test wasn't a
There's
relationship.
no guarantee that they just go for cheating, though. They could go for information that people don't know or don't want to get out.
So far, our two occurrences have been something that would be generally frowned upon by the individual receiving the information.
But not necessarily illegal enough to be like put into jail,
Something you can't bring to the police.
right? So with that in mind,
I know what we can do. Dominic says. It's a big moment for Dominic.
Episode 2,
Okay.
we're already having big moments. Oh
yeah,
my god.
no, it's an interesting
it's
idea.
2 of 8. Like,
It is it's an interesting idea because it could work.
Save them all for like episode 7 and 8.
Dominic looks at the group. Okay, what are the names of the guys who beat me up yesterday?
They are
Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Ricky,
Ricky
and Jackson.
yeah.
One of you needs to tell Ricky and Jackson that my mom is dead.
Are you sure?
wait.
You guys don't know this, by the
Yeah,
way.
this is
What?
news.
This is a bomb.
news.
Yeah, no.
I might be lying because that's the thing. Someone who's so secretive, having their trust broken by someone like that, they'd get a tape. I would get a tape of that.
I'm thinking that
You're
Flynn
right.
assumes you're flying with how tired Flynn is.
That's fair.
So it's just,
You guys can assume
Liz,
whatever you want.
Like reaches, like there is a like gut moment where she, like it's almost like she reaches for her notebook of little secrets, but she stops because this is so startling to hear.
Wow, everyone's having big moments here.
I was about to say,
Liz
I
didn't
feel like
write it down.
I feel like Janet's been like just slowly tapping out something, and then you say that, and she just like freezes.
Once
think there's
Dominic
just a
realizes
I'm
general,
I'm
like-
imagining
frozen,
her like Janet's hand goes back and the drumstick just goes flying.
he reiterates, like very slowly, like, one of you has to tell them my mom is dead. Tell them I told you. I'll get a tape because someone broke my trust.
If they go for that, yeah.
Why wouldn't they go for it?
I mean, they could just be unlucky. We could be unlucky and they don't hear it. But if
No,
try.
they don't. You need to tell them to their face.
no,
One of
I'm
you.
not saying the bully's not knowing that. I'm saying that whoever is listening in doesn't hear it.
Have your pet with you when you do it. Pull it out.
A signal booster.
Yep.
If we signal boost it, we can probably guarantee that it happens. Of course, that unless you make it seem.
I see
think-
Flynn's working up something.
Well, I mean, it's because we can't guarantee they're going to be on the right channel, right? And there's as many channels as there is these devices at minimum. But if we boost it to where there's interference from the other ones, it may almost sound like we're just right next to everyone.
So what you
Sort
did
of
here,
thing.
but bigger?
Right. Well, kind of. It's like the reverse. Instead of like hiding what we're saying and making it not noticeable, we're trying to impulse, but like make
You're
it big.
putting it on all the channels.
Right. All the nearby channels.
It's like talking loud at a concert. I'm
It's
sorry.
a mic.
Yeah,
a
making
mic.
making the signal or what's being said be transmitted from all of the devices in the area.
Yeah.
all
Like an
the
emergency
Clockwork.
transmission.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like in it, just make it so that enough of them are happening at once that it's guaranteed, almost, that it's going to be heard.
Yeah, let me see if I can
Well-
whip something up to do that.
And if you tell them, they'll tell everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It will get
that's
picked
the
up.
hope. That's the hope.
You think they wouldn't?
It's not just because it has to be in a way that they know that we told. One of us told.
Does it
Right.
have to be them that we tell, or can we tell it
Yes.
to someone who's not going to spread the information on their own? You know what I mean? Because
think it
the
has to
tape
be
needs
them.
to.
It makes it more impactful if it's them because it makes
Yeah.
it a juicier thing.
That's true.
Because yesterday, everyone knew that
theory.
they beat me up. Which
Yeah.
means someone's pet heard that.
Or it was someone was spinning it to be they weren't as
I mean-
confident as they thought they were.
But the pets know that they don't like me and I don't like them.
Flynn has clocked out and has started working on this device.
I love Flynn.
Yeah, so
What a
much.
good,
Is
what a good Flynn.
So is your goal to enhance the pet itself, or are you building another device to enhance the signal of any pet?
I think it would be easier to enhance one pet than it would be to make one that will enhance any nearby pet.
Right.
And as well as that is more controlled. So I think that is what Flynn would try to do.
Okay. Are you trying to attempt this now, like on your own pet or someone else's pet?
We should put it on the person who's gonna do this. That's gonna
I
say
don't
this.
think so. I think Flynn would make the attachment not knowing who it will be going to.
So you're not gonna like
because-
embed it in your pet. You're just gonna make like a
Right. Flynn is like, that is not part of Flynn's thought process. Flynn's here to make that device. The
Right, it's
group can figure out who-
Interesting.
The group can decide who can attach it to. Who's going to be the heartbreaker.
Yeah, you guys figure that out, and then while Flynn's working on it, I'm gonna try and have a conversation with Dominic.
And I will also note Flynn is
But I'll
still
let the
exhausted, so
rolls
this is
happen
gonna
or
be
whatever
great.
you and
um
guys want to do.
We're
the
gonna
device.
handle this roll first, and then we can
'Kay.
take care of that
Exactly.
conversation.
Yeah.
So I think since you're making a device to go onto a pet, we are
Mhm.
going to call this a tinker build roll.
Okay.
Um, Let's see.
So that's normally 5 or 6. So I'm going to -1 because I am exhausted.
Ooh, right.
Does he get any extra for having dismantled the pet yesterday? Like his knowledge of
No.
it?
No, because
That
this is
only gave me 1 bonus that I used yesterday. Yeah.
building something, and we're building something new.
Yeah. Like, I could argue doing 2 rolls, do like a comprehend first to try and get myself to get a bonus.
I was
But
thinking. Where did it go?
because that is a part of the synergy, is the comprehend plus tinker. But and Flynn is much better at comprehending than tinker is actually the lowest thing that they got. But
Yeah, I do think that we should do 2 rolls here.
okay.
So I think I was looking at program, but I think comprehend fits better.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So that's 8 -1, so that's 7 for me.
Yeah.
And I have 2 luck points in case I need them today. So I feel like this is one big thing. Oh boy, that is 3 6s on the comprehend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you get 2 bonus die when you use the information.
Okay, so that will put me actually at 7 for the other one.
Yes. So now roll tinker, and then whatever you had plus the 2 -1. So really just +1.
Right.
To see how this works.
I got 2 successes.
All right, you get to buy a bonus effect. So the thing is more durable than expected, it can do more than expected, or it is more discreet than expected.
I like discreet. What do you guys think? Discreet? Discreet. And just because, like, we want to... So, in the way that I'm kind of imagining is, like, and now this would normally work, there would be, like, static and feedback on the other channels. But maybe on the other channels that it's going to be propagating to is it's going to have less static feedback. It's more of a clear signal. Like, we're right next to those other things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Does that make sense to you, Charlie? Am I being...
Sure.
Okay.
And I'd say probably, like... Also, when it's on the pet, it is less obvious.
Okay.
So if someone was examining it. So write down Clockwork Signal Booster as an item with a bonus of +2.
Sweet.
So while Flynn is getting down to business over there, the rest of you were going to have a conversation.
Dom
Yeah,
is going over to sit quietly after this.
Yeah, Parker, not necessarily like trying to have a private conversation necessarily. So Liz and Janet, you can overhear this, but just gonna go over to Dom and be like, "Are you sure you want to do this? Like, that's huge, and it could have repercussions, especially if we're telling your school bullies about it."
Dominic pretends to be reading. Everyone knows he can't, but he pretends to be.
Well, I mean, he's making that up. He made that up, right?
I don't know if he did. Doesn't.
Okay, so at this point, Dominic kind of puts the comic down, looks dead at Janet. No, Janet, I didn't.
It.
I mean,
You can ask questions. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
may I ask how it happened?
Cancer. People make a lot of jokes about Russia and bombs, but radiation can kill a person. She didn't work in the best area of town, got sick, and then sicker.
I'm really sorry that happened to you. It's got to be
Thank you.
tough.
Thank you. It is.
Do you want a hug?
Feel like even if I say no, you're going to give me one anyway. But
Yeah.
honestly, it would be appreciated, yes.
Hug him.
Roll for hug.
Yeah, I think Parker's not gonna pry too much again, but it's gonna be like, well, if you ever need to talk about it, you just let me know.
Look,
happy to
you
be there.
guys are now the only ones who know. So if you... I haven't talked about it with anyone.
Your dad doesn't know?
Okay, Jan.
Damn it!
The
damn
only
it.
people I'm not related to that know. Some days
okay.
Some days I wonder if my dad even does know. I think he convinced himself she left.
Mhm.
Made it easier.
Oh boy.
But yeah, if you have any questions, I guess I'll answer them now.
I mean, are you sure?
Yeah, are you
That
sure you
she's
want
dead? Yes.
No, that
that you want to
wanna
do
this.
this?
These guys are assholes.
Put this back in the bag once this rumor starts spreading.
People's secrets are being spread around town. That is wrong. We need to stop it. And to stop it, we need to find out who's delivering these tapes and get our hands on a tape. And so to do that without stealing one of us needs to get a tape.
I still say we steal people's mail.
Felony,
That-
Janet.
Yeah, I'll take a felony over doing this to you.
You're not doing it to me. I'm doing it to myself. Or more accurately, Lizzie is doing it to me.
Excuse me.
Moment where she just she definitely starts at that.
Well, listen, Dominic, all that aside, you can choose. We're going to build in right now that this can be aborted at any moment. Like if you, it's not locked in until something is said. So if you feel strongly that we should go ahead with this, we'll do it. I mean, it is an effective strategy. You're right. It is a very juicy. Well, that's a bad word for it. It's a very big secret that will likely get some heads turned, but you can pull out at any moment. You just let us know, okay? It's never too late.
I appreciate that, Parker. I still think we should do it.
Okay.
People would find out eventually, right?
Yeah, maybe. But I'm glad that it's you making the decision in the end, even if we're gonna pretend like it's not.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I'm glad that you're deciding to let this out, and I think ultimately telling people is a good way to start healing. If you're bottling that in for so long, you're going to be alone with that, you know?
I don't think I'm ever going to heal.
I mean, nor should you. That's going to be something you carry around. But you just gotta you gotta use it, essentially. Use it to continue making your life better, improving it for your mom in a way.
I like that. Make it better for her.
Yeah. Can I give you a hug?
At this, I don't think I can say no. Like, you're gonna do it anyway.
I give him a hug.
Janet joins the hug.
Janet joins the hug.
Second
Liz,
hug.
get in on this.
I feel like Liz eventually joins the hug after she's getting over the shock of, oh, you're the one who's going to be spreading this rumor, by the way.
We all know it's gonna be you.
Yes.
It makes the most sense. You have the most clout.
Yeah. Let's all right, well we're gonna move ahead as if that's what we're doing. Again, Dominic,
is
you
what
can
we're
pull out
doing.
at any moment. Oh, okay. I believe you. So who should do it? Liz is a logical choice, but if you don't want to, we can look at other things. I'm the most illogical choice, so I'm not gonna do it.
You can't lie. You can't lie. You.
Yeah, Parker, you can't lie.
I will get flustered.
Everyone will assume Janet's lying
Why would they assume I'm lying?
because you
Everybody
say
loves me.
really crazy stuff.
Janet, you started the rumor that Dominic was KGB.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was fun though. This is
Anyway.
not fun.
Also,
Janet,
why
did you
people
know
won't
that
believe
if you flush a fish down the toilet, it grows legs and lives in the sewer?
I feel like she looks for the sarcasm sign on that one.
Everyone waits with bated breath.
Dominic's point being that Janet believes everything, so no one would believe her.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not about to put that on Flynn.
who is engineering for us right now.
Well, Liz, what do you think?
Flynn hears their name, just looks around,
I
shrugs.
think it's a logical conclusion, and Dominic is right when he states that I have the most means to do it.
But you ultimately have the say here on if you want to do it. It's not you're the most logical choice, but it's still up to you in the end. No one's going to make anyone here do anything they don't want to do.
If this is Dominic's choice, I will stand by it.
All right.
And
I trust you, Lizzie. Dominic sits back down now after the many hugs and talking and continues pretending to read comics.
He's been through a lot tonight.
There's one more Janet hug.
I think Liz is starting to plan this out. And
Yeah, I think we're all going to kind of...
I think she also eventually realizes we're going to have this conversation outside of this area.
Mm-hmm.
We are currently, due to the current blocking of...
Oh yeah, no, I have, because I have to tell you it.
Yes,
on
it has to be recorded.
as well.
Yep.
2-step process.
2 steps.
All right. Yeah, I think we'll just kind of I'll kind of consider things while we wait for Flynn, and then whenever Flynn finishes up, see what happens.
Flynn comes out of it with a nice handy dandy little device.
I actually imagine that they fell asleep right after they finished it, and just kind of clutching it, but then you guys just hear Flynn snoring.
I feel like though also
Yeah.
I'm not sure any of us really wake Flynn up until they've had a bit of a nap, because we recognize that Flynn did not sleep well last night.
Just
Yeah, I'm gonna let Flynn sleep right there.
I feel like during this time, Janet turns to Davy in the corner and is like, "You repeat none of this."
Oh my god, I always forgot
Okay.
about Davey.
nobody puts Davey in the corner.
He's very petulantly looks over his Zuba. He's like, I know.
Is it
David.
late in the day now? Have we been here a while?
Yeah, it's probably around 5-6 p.m. It's getting towards dinner time, into the
Okay.
evening.
Around then,
I don't
Dominic
know how
says he should
hungry
go
all of you
home
all are since
and
you had all
gets
the
up and
milkshakes.
leaves.
Okay, Dominic leaves.
Dominic leaves.
Hey, Dominic, wait up. Janet will.
He continues
Oh.
walking, but goes like slower to let her catch up.
Are you really, really sure?
I am. One thing my mom always told me is that we're supposed to care about other people, and that we're supposed to care more about them than ourselves. I care that people's secrets are getting shared, which means I can't just care about myself, right?
I mean, they probably don't even care about you. Screw them. Like, you don't have to put yourself through this for
People
strangers.
not caring about me does not give me the job right to not care about them. That's wrong.
Huh. Yeah, I guess.
Listen, even if Davy thought you were the worst sister ever, you would still do everything for him. Right?
Yeah. Basically already do.
Exactly. That's how I see other people. Even if they think I'm the worst, even if they think I'm a KGB communist who's reporting back to Russia, I shouldn't go out of my way to hurt them. I should go out of my way to help them. Maybe they'll help someone else. I just know it's what my mom would want.
Sorry. Then.
Okay.
I didn't mean anything by it. I didn't.
Do you want to see something?
Sure.
Dominic pulls out the locket that he's always wearing and opens it up and shows Janet the little picture of his mom inside.
A lot of growth. A lot of growth happening.
I carry her with me every day, which means I carry what she meant to me too.
Wow. Must be nice having a mom that's nice to think about.
Well, I give you permission to think about my mom whenever you want. She would have loved you.
Cool.
I actually think in her old stuff, if I can find it, there's old Russian punk music. Do you want to listen to it?
Hell yeah.
I'll see if I can bring some to school tomorrow. If I can remember.
Yeah. And if we go through with this, let me know if they give you any trouble. I'm already helping Davey out with bullying.
I will keep that in mind.
Beating these two over the head.
I was actually thinking maybe Flynn could reinforce my book with titanium. Make it hit
Ooh.
harder.
That's pretty cool.
I have to go now. I will see you in the morning.
Yeah. See ya tomorrow.
Dom continues walking the opposite direction of where everyone kind of knows his house is.
I feel
Like if they know it's like north down the road, he's going south.
Always keep them guessing.
I feel like Janet's like sitting there with like a slight smile on her face. Then she just kind of, oh no, as she realizes she now has 3 crushes.
Wow.
Shit.
Collecting crushes like Pokemon cards.
Yes.
All right.
RPG
I
random
think-
polycule generator.
When those two leave, and I'm guessing Flynn is still conked out, I feel like Liz zeroes in on Parker and says, if this goes down, you have to protect him. I will not be able to.
I'll
You will
do my best.
need to make sure the team rallies around him. He'll need support more than he did yesterday. And
Hey,
I was gonna say, and I would, if you're okay with this, Charlie, I would like to roll lead.
Ooh.
Yeah. Lead plus heart.
Yep. Again, stuff Liz is built to do. But that would be 2 successes.
All right. So you have a dice pool with 4 dice in it. Make a note of that. And in the upcoming scenes, you can give bonus dice to the other kids when they roll to overcome troubles if they do as you say. You yourself cannot use dice.
Got it.
cool. I like it. Yeah, Parker's just gonna say, I would protect any one of you, Dom included. And I'm gonna do my best.
Thank you.
Of course. You got everything squared away for what you got to do tomorrow?
It'll take some work to get the mask back in place, but it's what my parents raised me to do, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, at least you're using your dark gifts for good, right?
Theoretically.
In
We'll see
theory.
how this all plays out.
Well, I'll protect you too. Like, you're not excluded from that. Like, I'll be here the second you need me.
I'll be here for you all. Even if I have to look like the villain at school.
Damn. Deep. I think I'm gonna watch over Flynn for a bit while they're sleeping.
I'm
But,
sure they'll appreciate that.
Yeah. But I'm gonna think about this tonight, see what else we can see if there's any angle we're missing on this.
I think Liz leaves her clockwork next to Flynn so it can be modified
Yes.
when they have energy and are awake.
Yeah. We created the device. We just need to attach it to the
Yeah. And she has to pack it slightly less securely than she normally does tomorrow.
Good point. Good point.
It's not going to be on her shoulder yet, but
And remind me what yours looks like again.
it's a snarling hyena.
That's right. That is right. Cool.
It's not pretty at all.
No, which is why she keeps it away. I think Parker's gonna. Would Parker have seen it before? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Like, you've kind of
You
shared
all
that
have
with the group.
seen it before.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, your clockwork thing is so cool. Much better than my little mouse, I guess.
Perhaps. I think our clockworks each have an aspect of us to them, and it's figuring out what that aspect is. Mine, I'm coming to find, reminds me that occasionally looking pretty is not how you get through life. And sometimes you need to bare your fangs.
Amen, sister. All right. Well, good. We'll get some sleep. As a wise person once told me, getting some rest before a major event is a good idea.
I'll keep those words in mind and try and get into the proper mindset for tomorrow's, or I guess future actions, depending on when Dominic chooses, and if Dominic chooses to put the plan into motion.
Mhm.
I think with that, Liz will head out because she does have a fair amount of thinking to do regarding how she's going to arrange everything and ensure that there is enough of a spectacle to catch a listener's interest and potentially get it on as many animals as possible.
As you go your separate ways and for this, that is a good place to our session this evening.
No. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes,
great.
Janet.
You're muted.
You're muted. You're muted,
Muted.
Janet.
May I make one slight addendum?
Oh, addendum. Go.
If it is brief.
I feel like shortly after Liz leaves, Janet comes back into the garage, like locks eyes with Parker. We're stealing mail. Get dressed.
God damn it, Janet. Cut to black.
Oh my god. Okay. This will not go horribly wrong. Okay. Oh, with that,
Well, can I really quick? Because this is fast. Because this is like a total counter to what Janet just did. When Liz gets home, Dominic's sitting outside the gate, and that's when he says it out loud to her. So now his animals picked up on him saying it. So it's like the plans are just everything's gone to
Fuck the
crap.
plan.
okay. All right.
So what is effectively happening is that one meme of someone about to get shot and someone's like, no, 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 no. Just diving in front of each other.
Pretty much.
Okay.
My addendum.
Flynn's
No, okay.
asleep.
Yeah, my
Oh my
addendum.
God.
Flynn is asleep. No.
What a way to end off episode 2. What a cliffhanger.
I guess we'll have to resolve all of that when we get back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we will.
totally. Like, what is Flynn sleep? Like, what is the dream that Flynn is having right now?
Yes.
Everyone's dying.
Everyone's
Yes.
dying to know. That's the
Oh my
true
God.
cliffhanger.
For some reason in my head, I'm like, Flynn's dreaming of like Candyland. It's just like rainbows but everything's just so joyful and happy. They're just like, yeah, this is
Shine.
great.
Oh, wait, no, can't do that.
Good on you
Okay.
for catching yourself. So
Oh.
proud.
Well, let's go around and have everyone tell us once again who you are, where we can find you on the internet before, well, I go and find someone for us to read out to tonight. We can do the same way we did introductions and start with Kyle.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm Kyle, Technomancer Kyle. YF Techno, everywhere online. You can find me on like Twitter, X Twitter. You can find me on Blue Sky. You can find me on Discord. It'll hidden in a lot of places randomly. But yeah, like find me a lot of places.
The human
That's all.
Easter egg.
All the places.
It's true.
Find him and win a
I'm-
prize.
I have been known to be in places that I probably shouldn't be. You know, hidden.
Like the handicap cell of a bathroom in a hammock.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or
That,
in your house.
what, I feel like I should be in my house. And that's what people expect.
No,
is I
not
gotta
your
be somewhere.
house.
Oh. Yeah, no, I'm actually
Yours.
I'm progressing quickly to wherever you live. You, who is watching right now.
You personally.
What fourth wall?
I'm right behind you. All right, Darren.
Oh, hi. I'm most active on Twitter /X at D_Stevenson JR. But go check out my D&D podcast. We have an actual play podcast called Half Casters. At halfcasters is the handle on pretty much everything. But everything's on our website as well, halfcasters.com. We are my players are also a bunch of chaotic people, so Charlie, I feel your pain. I've got 3 players who like to push my buttons. But yeah, check that out on all of your podcast platforms.
Someone else you can find on a podcast, Colin.
I'm in your walls. No, I do 2 podcasts. I have my own podcast, Beyond the Panel, which is a weekly, when it's not on hiatus, comic book podcast where me and my friend break down comic book topics that matter to comic readers or don't. They matter to us. That's what matters. What matters. I also am the co-host of Podcast Night on Gargantua 1, Adventure Brothers Rewatch podcast. I also post things on other things. So yeah, find me on Discord or somewhere and follow my links from there.
Someone who also cares a lot about comics, Crow.
Hey, that is correct. But I do not have a podcast about it yet.
Yet.
I'm largely just on Discord, but I will take this opportunity to remind everyone that also on Sunday nights you can catch our mass game, which will be resuming this week, I believe.
Yep.
Sweet, yeah. Be sure to tune in for that. Watch as Joe experiences new, terrible ways to be traumatized.
Yeah, it was great. We love it.
Yeah, and one of the people who is responsible for a lot more team trauma now, Tess.
Yeah. Not Joe yet, though.
Not
For the
Joe yet.
record.
He's the only one who doesn't know.
It's great.
Oh boy.
I'm Tess. You can find me on Discord under Silver Trinket, or actually in our server as Tess. And then also on I don't really post on Instagram or TikTok, but I will send you shit on Instagram and TikTok under Silver Trinket. So
Perfect. If you are, and just to wrap things up here on our channel, if you're watching the VOD on Twitch, make sure to subscribe and join us when we're live, because we have lots of fun and it's great, and you have an opportunity to use your donations and your money to, one, support a good cause and also affect the show. No one has done that yet. Come on. Someone donate. And
We're begging
Cause
someone
we
chaos.
to
are
change
begging you
the course of this
to
show.
donate and change the course of the
Please
story.
help us.
Crying.
Otherwise,
Healthy
Growing
steel
up.
mail.
Otherwise, if you are, or help them not steal mail, do that too.
Oh yeah, could do.
Otherwise, if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you can get notified when new episodes go up, because those happen pretty routinely weekly. But until next time, we will be back on Sunday with more masks, so come and see that drama, because the team is being torn apart from all directions. It's
wonderful.
crazy. And for now, please stick with us. We are going to go over and raid R&R Production. They are doing something. Let me see what they're... It's Dragonbane Oops All Ducks Season 2. I don't know what this is about, but ducks are involved, so I'm intrigued.
That's R and R. I thought that was Randar.
No. R&R Productions.
Randall R.
So
Oops, All Ducks is a great name.
it is.
Yes.
It
That is
really
a pretty
is.
good
Too
name.
many ostriches.
So head over there with us if you can't, or you're watching the video. We until next time. For now, bye bye.
Bye.
Goodbye, everyone.